Ooh, what's happening, guys? Welcome to another eclectic edition of PWT Pro Wrestle Times live show. Conan.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out all the PWT listeners out there, guys. I'm riding solo tonight. Some people might pop in. Hairline's doing his thing. He's just got off tour or something. His schedule's all fucked up, but don't worry. I might be pop in. We don't know yet, but you guys know how it goes. Wacky characters might show up. Last Saturday, we had Toonie Talk basically invade this show. And we're going to watch Dynamite together tonight. Please hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you all for showing up to hang out with your boy, Phil Marks. We started a little bit earlier. I tried to. People have been saying, hey, let's go over the Dynamite card before the show starts. And let's do it. It'll be great. And so, shout out all the listeners. I'm going to, of course, shout out the Tribal Chiefs. From, of course, Patreon and YouTube members, whether you're a member of either channel: Gilgamesh, Rouse J1199, Sal Dosri, Kyle Mulkey, Joseph Morales, Derek Hansley, McBlain, Cruz Madrid, Sask Prophet, Ninja Boy, Savage Wrestling Podcast, Brad Becker, Jamie Earhart, Scully Vibes, and of course, Chris Benoit is here modding in the chat. So a round of applause for all of you people. I love you so much. And man, it's a beautiful Wednesday. It's rainy where I'm at, which is completely fine. And we're going to talk about pro wrestling. Tony Khan's been coping. The Rock's been peeing in bottles and peeing people off on movie sets. Hulk Hogan is trending and he's lying. And last live show, we were going to watch the Beige Frequency documentary. We went 6.5 hours or something and we never got to it. So we might throw that on tonight. For all my hockey fans out there, the Edmonton Oilers are playing tonight. Hey, that's in a few hours. That's after Dynamite ends. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm doing good. I hope the chat's all doing good. Listen, on the Pro Wrestle Clips channel, we are almost at 3,000 subs. Don DeMarco, go. So, you know what I mean? And then on the other channel, we're almost at 1,000. I think we're at 700 or 800. I can't remember, but we're on our way there at the Pro Wrestle Times channel. So at Pro Wrestle Times on YouTube, at Pro Wrestle Clips on YouTube as well. Make sure you subscribe to both of those channels and get everything. I appeared on a podcast that drops this Friday. It's called Pro Wrestle Theory. So make sure, with Connor Hassler and Mikey. So make sure you guys check that out. It was an awesome little quick time. It was just very short and just rapid fire. I was on there for maybe an hour and it was just very much, I don't know, it was a great time. Another PWT. So it was awesome to meet a fellow PWT. There's many of us out there. They were like, you're the OG PWT. We jacked your name. I was like, no, dude, there's Pro Wrestle Tees. There's Pro Wrestle Torch. There's fucking, you know what I mean? Don't worry. PWT ain't a rich. I just love the way Pro Wrestle Times sounded. So you know what I mean? The New York Times, the Pro Wrestle Times. That's why so many people thought I was actual news when I started tweeting. And yeah, make sure you join in on the Discord, where a lot of our chatters and commenters and everyone are in there as well. You guys are the best community. Everybody says that. They're like, your chat's so chill as well. And I don't know, it's because we're good at picking them, I guess. We attract the intelligent folk. So there's lots of drama going down in the LBC. It's hard being Snoop DOGG. But yeah, man, there's lots of drama in the IWC this week, of course, and we're going to cover that. We're going to get into film marks, bookmarks. Of course, Dave's been a dubby. Tony Khan's been coping. You guys already know. How it goes down in the IWC. And we have Avril fan in the chat looking to get to 69 again. If we can get to 69 likes, let's do it, I guess, and get these thirsty ladies in our chat all the time. They need to chill the fuck out sometime. No, I'm just joking. I don't get the Don DeMarco reference. I hear people say that. I guess I'm too young. Where it's basically when you hit the lasers, bam, 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 and then I heard it for the first time on a podcast called Fresh and Fit. Okay, and their producer was hitting that, bam, Don DeMarco, and Awful Wrestling came and said it on the show, and it sort of sparked that in my mind again, you know. But yeah, I'm not. I think it's like a 50 Cent thing. Let's go. Hulk Hogan lying isn't news. It's expected. Yeah, and he's trending for that. So last live show, we were going to. Do I have anything else to plug before I? Let me just think. Discord, you guys know all the good shit. Okay, yeah, it's great. I got a lot. I'm gonna plug a lot of things, and we're the McDonald's to AEW's Burger King. It's great. We're the Wrestling Observers, Pepsi, and we're Michael Bay. So also, oh yeah, I appeared on Toonie Talk Wrestling with Alfred Konua at This Is Nasty. He's one of the goats. You guys have heard me fangirl over him, and we chopped it up, and it was one of the funniest podcasts, one of the funniest appearances I've ever made on any show, including my own. So if you like Phil Marks, you like to laugh, Toon Wrestling at Toon Wrestling over at Toonie Talk. Yeah, I appeared over there on Tuesday, and I think I'll be back this Tuesday. I'm sort of just like, it's kind of like Marv over here. He's just welcome to come in anytime he'd like, and I'm sort of the same way over there, you know. And yeah, I missed the last couple, so I really had to show up, and it was a complete blast. So go check that out if you just want to hear more Phil Marks or whatever. But yeah, so last episode of the live show, and also another pre-recorded Pro Wrestle Times podcast is going down, by the way. Yeah, so I want to plug this. I tried to set up a debate because the whole Jim Cornette thumbnail controversy with you guys probably know what I'm talking about, right? So there's a thumbnail, Swerves on it, there's a Q-tip on it, there's a Mighty Joe Young on it, and there's the whole is it racial debate. You know, Jim's had so many iffy instances to where it's like, where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm not casting a stone. I love Jim, you know what I mean? But, and I'm like the fence rider. I'm like you guys know me. I try to see it from both sides. I try to be as objective as possible. I don't believe, you know, Jim hates other races, but does he lean into that shit? I mean, you could make that argument, you know what I mean? So at this point, or maybe, I don't know, his thumbnail guy, I don't know. So I just wanted both perspectives to debate it out on this show, or just discuss it and explain why it is and why it isn't, or whatever. But I just couldn't find the right people. There was too many neutral people, and it's like, well, I'm the neutral moderator, so I can't have two people who just agree with both sides, right? So I wanted two people with strong enough opinions on both sides that weren't being also gross, you know, and I couldn't really find that. So that's why there's been a bit of a delay on PWT podcast this week. So I'm going to freestyle. I might have Pro Wrestle Theory on, or whoever else, right? You guys are, or I might just hop on and rant and rave myself. But that's sort of what the live shows have become. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's get the Mighty Joe Young reference went over a lot. Right. But you have to like actually listen to it. And so like, but also, man, times are sensitive. Like, you just think you'd have better optics at the same time. I can see both sides, and that's why I would like two people to come on and try and convince me either way. Like, you're going to convince me this way or that way, or maybe the audience or whatever. I'm always all about just discussion and having you guys know that, you know, I say shit that I'm sure people don't like. I have guests on who say shit that even I don't agree with, and that's why I do the fucking show. We're just talking about wrestling, you know what I mean? We're talking about Jim Cornette. So yeah, do I believe people are too sensitive and went crazy and are too dumb to remember Mighty Joe Young? Yes. Someone pointed out on X, though, they're like, yeah, so who the fuck like, exactly, Jim, like, that's an old ass dated reference. Not many people, but you got to think the people who listen to Jim are like older and shit. Not saying like, oh, you're old heads, but it's just like, you gotta assume like they would know what Mighty Joe Young is. So I just want to hear two sides, you know, sort of duke it out, and yeah, figure it out from there. I see we got some. I need to get to these here. Chris Benoit, a member, also modding things. Round of applause. Thank you. And a member. And you can gift those as well, folks, if you're feeling. Phil, what do you think about Kendrick's response? Can I be honest, John JID 989? I did not listen to it yet. I did not listen to it. Why? Because I don't know, man. I've been busy, you know, had some meetings, stuff like that. And yeah, you know, I just haven't had time to actually check it out. And I heard people are saying it's not as good as some other ones, because like Chris Brown and Quavo and them are really going at it, like, taking things, heating it up. So I don't know, but here's the thing: Rick Ross's diss to Drake was like one of the sauciest shits I've ever heard. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that so much. And here, I'll give you a round of applause for that as well. So sorry, guys, we got off topic there again. So the other show we were going to watch, Beige Frequencies documentary that just came out about Hulk Hogan's like many lies or whatever. And it's one of many, but the reason Beige Frequencies the shit is because he's into like other things that aren't strictly wrestling related, So his approach is really cool. It's educated. It's not just like some random fucking rando, And he doesn't drop videos all the time, but he did. And then all of a sudden Hulk Hogan's like doing media and he's telling all these fucking lies again. So now he's literally trending today. And I go, how apropos, because we didn't get to the video before. Maybe we'll get to it tonight. It's like an hour long. So I was going to whip it on before Dynamite. Maybe we can play it like during the commercials of Dynamite or while Dynamite, when the matches go for 45 minutes at a time, and we can pause when the Dynamite segments. Maybe that's the way we can do it. But I just wanted to bring it to the show and EFAP it because, sorry guys, I'm just, yeah, but maybe we'll EFAP it. And sorry, I'm just getting a jar open for my girlfriend here, so I had to bang on it a little bit. Like and subscribe, yeah, guys, and thanks so much for tuning in. So guys, what we're gonna do though right now is we're gonna go over the Dynamite card, because people were tweeting me and stuff and they were like, yo, we should go over the card like before the actual show itself starts. Everyone's talking about 69. Can we calm the fuck? No, I'm just kidding. You guys do your Billy and Chuck in there. You know what I mean? Do your thizzle. Get your Elizabeth and Macho on, man. I'm cool with it. Okay, so we're gonna share the screen. Phil Marks bookmarks. Drake and Kendrick trending, as you guys see. The official Dynamite card for tonight's show, guys. So let's take a look. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up, even though this shit's all out of fucking order, okay? So on Rampage, we have Jay White taking on Dante Martin in a singles match, even though Jay White just unified the fucking trios championships. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that's all about. So will that match be good? I mean, sure, Jay White's just going to win, and he's just going to be taken to the limit by Dante Martin, which is just doesn't do good for anybody. Mariah May is going to take on Serena Deeb. So Mariah May is going to get stretched. Pause. Visualize. 69 in the chat. No, but listen. Okay. So, yeah, Mariah May and Serena Deeb are going to do their thing, and it'll be a solid match. Again, it'll probably go too long. Brian Cage versus Claudio Castagnoli. And then Nana's with Cage still. Like, why? Dead that whole fucking embassy. I've said it a billion times. The faction, this would be the faction. If I was Fantasy Mark booking, I got to get my X-Files. Otherwise, it's not going to be true because the truth is out there. So if it's me, dude, it's Swerve with Powerhouse Hobbs, Nana, and that Harley Cameron girl who raps and sings. That's the group right there. Just visualize it in your head. Okay, Powerhouse Hobbs is his heater. It's Swerve. Nana's there dancing. And then that Harley Cameron girl who can rap and sing is there, like the clout chasey influence. Like she's trying to rap and sing and be on the label. She's the fucking Iggy Azalea. Sorry. Oh shit. She's the Iggy Azalea, if you will, of the label, type shit. So that, and I think she's Australian as well. So there you go. Anyways, we're moving along. Samoa Joe versus Isaiah Cassidy. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Hobbs is hurt and he's out for a while. Yeah, You're absolutely right, and that's what I mean. They fucked it all up. They fuck everything up. Okay, so okay, well, here's the thing. Samoa Joe, Isaiah Cassidy on X, he did like a little they had like they poured out liquor on Samoa Joe's picture and were like RIP Joe, da da da. So like they're gonna turn Joe face. Joe's just face again, just out of no or what? Like it's so dumb. And then like if Isaiah takes him longer than like 2 minutes, you know, we might as well just never watch this show again. You know what I mean? So Kenny Omega returns. They're in Winnipeg, and that's also why Jericho's here. Shout out my Canucks, eh? Shout out my Canucks. Omega though returns, and he won't do shit, but hopefully he addresses like the Elite and everything. That would be good television, And then the Elite come out and they threaten to boop him in the stomach, as Marv puts it. And then we'll also hear from Orange Cassidy. So what the fuck? We never, like, who cares? He's going to be like, this is cool. Hands in pocket. Cool. Oh, it's 3 hours tonight, too. You guys, they have such an opportunity here to really do something. And they're just in the main event, it's Adam Copeland versus House of Blacks, Malachi Black. What is it? One member of the House of Black. So Buddy Matthews, like, why don't they just say who it is, man? Or just don't. Like, make the match during the fucking show at the start of the show. This show should start like this. The Elite should be like the Bucks in them should be throwing people who work there around, pushing someone who fucking Tony Khan's not here tonight. Da-da-da-da-da. Tony Khan's not here tonight. Pushing that, like, we're running the show, so you know what, nix this. We're going to start with this and whatever. Like, it should start with that. Like, it should start with, like, they can't even get the show going because these guys are running amok and changing things on the fly. Rip up this whole card and go, no, the Bucks just ripped it up before the show. Like, you got to be drastic. So that's the card. I don't know. Edge will have a good match. You know what I mean? The Cope Open. So it's an open challenge, but it's only open to the House of Black. So there was something that was announced. I hope I bookmarked it right here. So AEW is to reveal an on-screen authority figure on Dynamite. So Tony Khan is injured and he can't be the authority figure. So what's going to happen is they should open the show like rambunctious, like fucking, like I said, they're just the Elite are taking over, commentary, being obnoxious, interrupting shit, throwing off the broadcast, going to business for themselves. And then an authority figure gets introduced. Okay, I'm into all of this type of shit. Stop leaking it on Twitter. Stop telling Meltzer. Stop saying dumb shit at the NFL draft and just let it happen. Do it on your show. Explain what I'm trying to explain to my fucking listeners on your goddamn show. Shibata versus Jericho is going to suck because Jericho's too old. Well, look at Shibata's last few matches. Not hating on him, but thank you, John JD, for the $2 super chat. But he's just been not at his peak either, obviously. And we're not talking like, oh, these guys need to peak, and it's just like a dream match for Jericho and Winnipeg. But it would mean more like, I guess Jericho's doing the learning tree gimmick. He got rid of the Judas music, because people just weren't singing it anymore. He drove that right into the fucking ground. And then Shibata, this is just like a dream match in Winnipeg. Oh, we'll do Jericho wrestled Shibata in Winnipeg in AEW on Dynamite in 2024. Like, that's how Tony Khan books this, like how he would mark out over the shit. I hope it's good. I hope it's not bad. I assume it'll be good. Like for a Legends style match, hopefully they don't do too much. Hopefully they're not trying to do crazy shit they don't need to do. But we know they're going to sit down and slap each other and all of this sort of thing. So, and then all of a sudden they just throw out there, there's going to be an authority figure. All right. Who can is it going to be Shad Khan? Like or Tony Khan's going to go, I appointed the Big Show as the new and it's like, yeah, 2 years too late or whatever, What is he gonna do? Like, didn't the Big Show get beat by the fucking in like a video game match or whatever that was? So, and then we'll learn. So I wanted to save this for last because it should be the most important thing. We'll learn who will challenge Swerve Strickland at Double or Nothing. Great. Who's it gonna be? Oh, it'll be Takeshita or some shit. Trust me, it'll be like building up to Osprey, or maybe not Takeshita, but it'll just be some bullshit. Whoever it is, it shouldn't just be we'll learn who it is. Like, isn't there rankings? Isn't there like wins and losses? Like, doesn't Tony want all that to matter? Like, use those things and tell me who it's going to be. Also, don't announce everything before. Don't do that. Save some of this, like announce like 4 of these things and then put the rest on the show throughout the show so that people go, oh, I got to watch this to know they didn't say much about tonight. What could happen? What could happen? So, yeah, thank you for the super chat. And you're absolutely right, though, about, or it's Sting. It could be Sting. It could be Sting. So it's going to be bad. It's Sting. That would be awesome. I'll give them a round of applause. Shibata's the guy who's wrestling Jungle Boy at Forbidden Door and literally said before, I don't know. No. Was that Shibata or was that was Sonata? That was Sonata. So similar name, I guess. Guys, there's 78 of you watching. We're going to need way more likes. We're going to need those likes up to 50 or 60 or 69. Get it to 69 for chat. We're looking for 69 likes for chat. 78 of you watching. Shouldn't be too hard to get to 69 for chat. I have heard from my sources that the authority figure will be -1. Well, let's get those likes to 70 -1 and get them to 69, please, if you guys don't mind. Yeah. So, and I guess Dynamite's starting right away, and in true it's sorry, I'm checking my DMs. And in true Phil fashion, I don't have the show on yet. So 69, yeah, please, guys. It's the official number of the guys. Get the likes up to that, please. And yeah, I don't have Dynamite on. Give me 2 seconds. Don't go anywhere because we're about to put it on, and I'll just play you guys tunes for like 10 seconds here. I'm here. Don't go anywhere. I'm here. And of course, Chris Benoit's here in the chat. You just ask him anything you need to know. I'm just getting Dynamite pulled up. In true Phil fashion, don't have my the show that everybody came to hear me react to on. You guys can hear me. All right. Yeah, you all stuck around. I appreciate you. Round of applause for the chat. All sticking around. Well, I get this show on here. Just getting the show on. Get the show on. Yes, it takes a while because I leave things far away. So, what are you guys, chat? Tell me what you're most excited for, though. What are you guys most excited to see, like, on this show? You know, what is anything piquing y'all's interest, or is it just like, you know, it's just lame as usual? What's everyone's feelings? Let's get a consensus. Clap. I'm on the pirate ship tonight. I walk the plank. PWT 69. Yeah, wait till we're almost at episode 69 for the podcast. We're at episode like 62 or something like that. I gotta DM. Yes, pop in. Sorry, I got you guys know we got all the monsters and folk of the IWC who might tap in tonight. Okay, so Dynamite is cooking. Once it pops on, you guys will probably hear it. Round of applause for Phil. And hockey fans, we got hockey fans or what? We got any hockey fans in the chat? Oilers going to clean up the Kings tonight or what? Going to clean them up. Yeah. Going to send them packing. Send them to the golf course. Okay, so Dynamite. Yeah, it should just pop on right away. Go Bruins. We got a Brews fans in there, dude, watching Dallas versus Vegas. Right on. Keep us up to date on the score, too. You can throw that in the chat. We appreciate it. Or Crispin can as well. Whoever has it. Go Canucks. Yeah, no, we're going Oilers, dude. 82 of you in here. We need to get those likes up to at least 69. Everyone tuning in as Dynamite Tunes begins. So that's a good thing. We got the card pulled up, of course, right here. And we'll just stare at this pretty thing, I guess, for a bit until we decide to dive back into Phil Marks's bookmarks. 2-1 Dallas. Okay, shit. I like Vegas, I guess. Like for an expansion team, you gotta like how they played and everything. But they really, well, whatever. This isn't the hockey cast, goddamn it. But they took advantage of all those picks and everything, and the draft and everything. The way they came into the league was really smart. Oh my God, it's Tony Khan. Lol. Yeah, dude. Here the cards pulled up. Here we're listening to Tony Khan. I'll be producing tonight's show here in the offices of the Jaguars. Oh, he's like a Make-A-Wish kid. For Kenny Omega's return in his hometown. So he's at a perfect time. Unfortunately, I'm not cleared to leave Jacksonville, Florida, due to the actions of AEW. What a geek! Jackson and the reinstated Jack due to the head and neck injuries I suffered. Oh, dude, I called it. Did Phil Marks call it? Did I call it? Oh, I called it. They invaded the show. Let's go. So the Bucks are on screen. Sorry, guys. I got to be explaining what's going on to those of you not watching. So the Bucks are on screen. They did what I said. They're taking over the show. They're in Winnipeg. Tony Khan's in a neck brace in Jacksonville. He's not cleared to leave Jacksonville. Yeah, dude. There's a time delay. Yeah, you're ahead. We're fucking, I don't know what country you live in, but we're, you know what I mean? We're all over the place here. So it's probably like a 2. The new show open. See, they took it over. What did I tell you guys? Phil Marks, dude. I called it to a fucking T. That's why you guys watch this show. That's why you guys watch PWT, man. As I told you, motherfuckers. Shout out Canada. Canada. Canucks in the chat. I want to see fucking Maple Leafs in the chat. I want to see fucking all that. 3 straight hours tonight. God damn. It's a 3-hour. I forgot it was 3 hours long. Swerve is opening the show. Top rope, catch a vibe. Hey. I like that shit. This is what they should have did. You're at Swerve's house. Whose house? Okay, guys, check it out. They opened it, hear me out, with an angle. They opened it with an angle. right? Where Tony Khan's not there. He's in a neck brace. He's not cleared to be there for once. For once, he's not there. The first show ever, he's not at. And the Bucks are there, and they're going to run the show, and they're running amok and changing things on the fly and taking over. Did I not call it? I'm telling you guys, an A for effort on that. Now they're bringing the world champ out. This should have been last week. So this gets like a B or a C bringing this motherfucker out here right now because they should have did this already last week. So they're doing it in Winnipeg. They should have did it at home in Jacksonville, the AEW championship, right? So they get a fucking big, I'm going to give them a big time for that. But again, A for effort as far as they're at least trying to tell a story. There's something going on. Something's going to happen tonight. An authority figure will be revealed tonight, they say, right? Somebody who's going to try and reclaim the company back from the Bucks type shit. I'm here for it. Let's see.
3 shows in 1 week. That is the type of champion that all elite wrestling deserves, and that is the type of champion that Swerve said he was always going to be.
Okay. Swerve's talking. Can you guys hear it? If you can hear it a bit, I think that's chill as long as I'm. What makes zero sense, chat?
Wrestling does not deserve are selfish, greedy, childish, power-hungry EVPs.
Okay, Swerve's calling out the EVPs.
Do whatever they want without any type of consequence.
Now,
stand on my words from what I said last week.
Okay, but you look.
That was a bitch move.
Okay, but you invaded a baby's crib. He invaded a baby's crib, and they haven't redeemed him for that. So this is like a bad anime where it's like, oh, he's just calling out the villain now? What the fuck? Jesus, man.
I don't know who it is.
Stinger Splash. I'm in UK. I can't even watch Dynamite if I wanted to. Oh, that's awful. That's what I mean. They need to get their shit together. You just gotta, pirate ship. Just find your way. I don't know how that works, but.
Hey, Swerve, how's it going?
Okay, here we go.
You deserve it, but guess who else is champs? Us. Hey, Swerve, we also wanted to drop by because,
well, let's have a title eliminator.
It feels like maybe the success has gotten a little in your head. First time we hear from you after winning the big one, you badmouth your bosses, your EVPs on national television using curse words, by the way. They never hated that. That's a fine. So maybe you need a little.
That's a fine.
How do you do that? Well, how about we arrange the very best, perfect opponent for you at Double or Nothing?
Okay, you see, guys?
Let's be one of the best Canadian pro wrestlers of all time. He's a former champion, like all of us. And he's a guy who hasn't been around in a while, but I see him at the go position right now, and he's ready to meet you. Hit his music, guys, in 3.
Okay, who is it? Canada, stand up. Canadians. So they just give Christian a title. Okay, but it's so quiet in there. Yeah, dude. They sold like 3,000 or 7,000 less tickets than the last time they were there. 7,000 less tickets, Derek Hans. Good to see you, by the way, tonight. So Christian Cage with fucking Luchasaurus. Mama Wayne's still there. Okay. What's the point of her? Nick Wayne, what has he done since? And then we have so he's going to take on Swerve. I'm okay with all that, but like Swerve didn't Swerve bloody up Nick Wayne in his own home and like beat him down and bloody him, and then he invaded Hangman's house, and it's just like, God, man, like you can tell these fucking stories. You can, I don't know. It's just all shoehorned in, but just I'm grateful that they're sticking Swerve with Christian, who will elevate him, and it's more high profile than just a random nobody. That's the positive. They're about to have a good promo battle here or whatever, a good little back and forth. But we need to see Swerve redeem himself. It's just storytelling 101. You know? Guys, likes, are we at 69 yet? We're at 40. What the fuck? There's 79 of you guys watching. How aren't we at 69? You mean to tell me there's 20 you motherfuckers who can't just like hit that like button really quickly? Come on. What are we doing? Mama Wayne is looking good. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, she is a looker, definitely. Okay, Christian's beating him down. Swerve's reversing it, fighting back. He's the Crow now. He loves leather pants now. Here we go. Kick to the face. God, she's taller than him. Why is she wearing heels? Someone should have told her, don't wear heels, bro. You're taller than our world champion. Jeepers, man. Come on. You guys know what I'm saying? Like, just little things like that. Have some common sense. I'd rather have her just go out there barefoot. Like, Jesus Christ. Wayne's World.
I mean, if this is the challenge for Double or Nothing, if it's going to be Christian Cage and Swerve Strickland, Christian Cage is drawing first blood, big time. And you're right, Taz, change the question when you think you got all the answers. Very well said. Swerve, there's something you should know about me.
Okay, Christian's divulging something we should all know about him. He never forgets.
I haven't forgotten that some months ago, you broke into my son Nick Wayne's gym and you left him in a pool of his own blood.
It's not even his son. Oh, Jesus.
I haven't forgotten. Keep it down while I'm conducting my business.
Jeepers. $5 super chat. I think Swerve by Andre Adams. Thank you so much, Andre Adams. It's great to see you here. A round of applause, everybody, for Andre Adams. I think Swerve gets a pass because we hate everybody else. Bro, you're probably not wrong about that. But he's good, bro. Like, we all see the charisma. The reason we're all like Swerve, it's not just like a coincidence, right, Andre? It's the truth. Like, there's something in him. WWE saw it, in NXT we saw it. There's charisma. He can wrestle good. He can wrestle against big guys, small guys. When people criticized him, oh, you're too small. He bulked up 30 pounds, right? Like, he can do face. He can do heel. He's got the pressure one shoes. He's doing his thing. We all see it in him, you know, but it's just like you can't grow taller, but he bulked up, you know. And so we all see it in him for a reason, you know. But you're right, though. It's like he does get a pass, like, for how bad the creative is. We're just like, yeah, it's cool you invaded a baby crib. Well, yeah, it's cool you just hung a guy with a chain. It's cool. We'll just let that go. It's cool you guys were drinking blood and shit. We'll just let that go. And, like, I'm not saying that as like, oh, I was triggered by the blood drinking. I'm saying it like, dude, you guys were so visceral. You were like drinking blood and shit. And now you're just now you're like the baby face who's calling out people bitches for being bitches. And it's just like, all right. Cheap hockey heat, cheap Colorado Avalanche, trashing the fucking Jets. I know Chris Benoit liked that one. Thank you, Andre, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you so much for that. Thank you so much for being here. Nana's just laying there. Yeah, it's like, man, somebody like Nick Wayne, do something. Nana's just laying there like, get up. What are you doing? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. He just ripped a dread out. Come on, what the fuck is this? What is this? I'm just messaging Marvin. He might pop in a bit, guys. You guys already know. So I don't know. Opening segment, telling a story. It's more of the TNT title shit. This lady's taller than both Christian and Swerve. Swerve just won the belt. This is the first time, if you don't watch Collision, which most people don't, as I'll pull up a graph in a second here. But so this is like his big debut back on Dynamite as the world champion, Swerve. This is his homecoming, essentially. And they did it in Winnipeg, and he just got beat the fuck up by Nick Wayne. It's like, come on, dude. It's just, these guys don't know what to do, man. They're just fucking their own stuff up. House of Black backstage promo. I put them over. These guys are going to do good promo work, good packages. Pause. Nice packages. Pause.
Mr. King, if I mean myself, perhaps Mr. Matthews. Me first, Winnipeg. You'll find out when the rest of the world finds out.
Okay. It's going to be Buddy, right? He's going to fight each of the House of Black guys. Do you guys... Here we go. So, okay, they did a little... This Dynamite so far, giving it a solid, like, B so far, for sure. Right? Dude, the camera guys suck. Like, he's running from behind the crowd, running up to fucking Edge as he fucking comes out, and... Like, why weren't you there? Like, know your fucking time spots, man. It's way too... It's just too indie, bro. It's too goddamn indie. Yeah, I don't know if we'll get to that Hulk Hogan thing tonight, but he's trending for some lies, and we'll just talk about that at least, and then we will watch that documentary and EFAP it on one of the upcoming live shows for sure. Just because I forgot this was a 3-hour one, and I'm like, dude, there's hockey on and shit. We got stuff to do. So this isn't the main event. What is exactly? That's why I had the card up here. It's the switch and bait. They lie to everybody. And like they do this all the time, man. They try and do these little carny tricks, and everybody wants to act like this is like less carny than WWE somehow. Fuck no. WWE's way less carny than this. Guys, on Saturday, it's Backlash. Should I do a watch along stream? Because it's PWT live show. So either I'm gonna go live right after Backlash is done, or we're all gonna watch it together. So that'll be fucking dope too. But yeah, man, the cards all flipped around. Like they, my prediction, they save Kenny Omega for the end, and then we get like a big Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Okada. Someone runs out and saves Kenny, and we set it up. I don't know. Edge just... Here we go. Who's it going to be, guys? Who's it going to be? Watch along. It'll be early. Oh, yeah, because it's in Paris, too, right? Let's fucking do it. We're going to do it, guys. We're going to do it. We're going to fucking do it. And me and Crispin are talking about, we're going to get the game streams going. I'm going to, I don't want to say it because someone will jack it, but I had a series like years ago when I had a gaming channel. But I'm going to resurrect it. And for 2K24, we're going to start playing that together, and we're going to have like a universe mode and shit. Buddy Matthews. So I called it. So I've been able to accurately depict this whole Dynamite so far, guys. Right. So, that's why y'all tune into this fucking show too, because I'm telling you before it even goes down. His buddy, I told you guys, Swerve's going to come out. They're just going to like announce a heel that's going to be his, he's going to be undermined because he's already has been because it's a week late. And there's no story. They just shoehorn in an opponent. And then I also said the Bucks would invade. If it was me, the Bucks would be invading the show. So because Edge already fought Brody King, he's going to fight Buddy. Now, then he's going to fight Malachi. Now I'm not going patting myself on the back and giving myself cookies here. This shit is elementary level story fucking telling, and that's why I'm able to pick up on these attempts at patterns that they put down here. You know what I mean? Marks is the man. Yeah, you already know. We need to start a petition, yeah, to get Buddy a new name. I mean, it's already Buddy's already doing his thing. So yeah, who doesn't? I feel everything of every emotion you could have towards someone I have towards Rhea, all at the same time. And shout out chat, man. You guys are the best. I've been locked in though, guys. I haven't been able to turn away from the screen, and I won't lie. So it's a good thing. The crowd is so dead, and they don't give a shit about anything. Sorry, yeah, Winnipeg crowd. Sorry. Canada's not standing up for this because it's dying, man. The product is like slowly trending downwards. We see it consistently happen. So meanwhile, WWE, the interest is peaking. Now the ratings are down, but every year it's the same shit. Like WWE fans mostly all watch other sports, you know? So like even people can't believe I'm watching this and not like, here's the thing. It's not that I don't give a shit about like Dallas and Vegas and all that, but like they can all go screw. Like I'm Edmonton Oilers till the day I die. So I'm just like, we got to focus on the Kings. You know, we can't be looking ahead at anything. Yes, I am on the team. But it's cool that we got like multiple Canadian teams on the West. So they're promoting Woo Energy is promoting Samoa Joe is the sponsor for Samoa Joe and Isaiah Cassidy. Yeah, so Buddy and Edge are going back and forth. Now, this is a little less offensive because Buddy's like a serious guy who I've seen have tremendous matches on Raw and on a big scale. Like he doesn't just do dumb shit for the sake of doing dumb shit. And everybody agrees House of Black is awesome. They're just booked stupidly and spooky shit is, you know, spooky shit is just played out. Yeah, if you pay close attention, you can hear conversations in the crowd. Exactly. Yeah, AEW isn't Pepsi. It's the Woo energy drink of wrestling. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I see it the same way. So guys, over on X, here's the card. We were talking about the ratings and blah blah blah. There was someone made like a meme. Someone called it out there like, "Oh, make a meme of this." And it was where is it? I gotta fucking find it. So well, we'll get to that in a minute, I guess. There was a chart of it. Yeah, right here. Tony Khan skiing down the collision ratings. And it was an extra 3 hours. So this whole number's inflated. Like, so what Dave Meltzer did, the Wrestling Observer, we'll bring it back up for the clip. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to need to clip it. But Meltzer then said, like, the Wrestling Observer goes, NBA playoff lead and boost, AEW Collision, the best ratings of 2024. Like the most fakest titles, like faker than PWT Clips titles. Just kidding. Our titles are fucking clickbaity, but they are true. When you click on them, it's what the fuck is in the title. But anyways, so, they play that. I'm not going to play the flute yet because I'm going to do it in a bit. But look at this. This is the funniest fucking meme of all time. And it's just they thought like just fucking parading Swerve out there after the basketball game. Everyone's just going to stick around. And do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yeah, they'll see Swerve and all the NBA fans will just stay and watch this show. And then it didn't work. Like, look how many people they lost. And then and then it's crazy because at the end of Rampage, like that's how little. That means that it was just ineffective. Like no one gave a shit. It's just these are their fans right here, or AEW fans. I'm watching it right now. I'm an AEW fan, I guess. Right? I watch it all the time, and I don't just hate watch it. I've been putting over the episodes so far. This match is good, just there's no crowd heat behind it, but I'm not mad at this match at all either. This has actually been a solid Dynamite thus far. Just things a little out of place. The storytelling is very elementary and not it's not compelling, but it's there. It's enough for me to go, yeah, I'd throw this on. Okay, if they're doing this every week, Edge is getting pops. They're filming the building in a way that it looks pretty decent, man. But the last time they were there, I read it on like WrestleTix. There's like 7K less people than I think they ran a bigger building, of course, but whatever. It still should be, said. If I'm Dynamite too, like if I was AEW from day one, they had the silver stairs, dude. I'm spray painting those all gold, black and gold. I like gold. They're just trying so hard to look WWE-ish that now WWE's kind of moving away from that and having like the smaller stage and it's less it's just funny. It's funny how things go in cycles. So May 26th is Double or Nothing, a Sunday. So I don't know if we'll watch along that, but for sure, guys, this Saturday PWT live show will be let me look up what time that's actually going to be at. WWE Backlash in France, Paris, France. I'll parler en français the entire time. Just kidding. So what's the start time on that? Like the kickoff and everything, and then I'll figure out what time that is, and I'll make it work for you guys. Oh shit, 10:30 a.m. for me, meaning the kickoff will start at either that's the time of the kickoff, or that's when the PPV starts, and the kickoff will be an hour ahead. Ahead of that, pardon me. So 9:30 a.m. So guys, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, wherever the fuck you are in the world, mark it down. We're getting up early. We're eating cereal. We'll have coffee. We'll have some breakfast together. I'll get some fucking Egg McMuffies. And and we'll watch Backlash together, and it'll be PWT live day show instead of night show this Saturday. And then who knows, maybe I can go have a social life after. Just kidding. I'm socializing with you guys, man. This is what we do. Wednesdays and Saturdays, that's the time for PWT listeners. Yeah.
Emotional.
Yeah. Wrong one. Sorry, guys. Perfect time for me as I live in Europe. I'm gonna watch the full thing because the crowd is going to be amazing. Pepsi also got sold to Japanese to avoid bankruptcy. Yeah, people say that shit. It's like, yeah, and Burger King merged with Tim Hortons to even have a fucking iota of a chance of surviving against McDonald's. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the program as he normally does, very, very often lately, and I enjoy having this gentleman. And although his name and he has an extreme point of if AEW goes out of business, that's good for his business. And I go, oh no, I want to see it survive. Even though, anyways, I'm babbling. I'm giving him the longest intro in human history. Ladies and gentlemen, joining the show, it's Awful Wrestling from Toonie Talk Wrestling. What's up, Awful? How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm not too loud, am I?
No, bro, you're perfect.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw a few minutes of Dynamite. I saw the first segment. And I got a question before I go on because I might have missed something. What did Swerve Strickland get hit with so that he ended up on the ground for a good 5 minutes?
A microphone, just like Tony Khan last week.
So this guy can take Canadian destroyers and be up in 12 seconds. He can, just get
take
fucked
cinder block shots and
be up within seconds. But this guy had to sit there for about 5 minutes while Christian cut his promo. Oh, here's the best part. He ripped a lock of his hair.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is this? I reacted to it. I was like, that's some bullshit.
Nah, bro. That's some awesome storytelling. If you knew black guys, They lose. You don't want to lose. You don't want to lose your hair like that.
I know, but he ripped a dread. I'm like, dude, that's
Yeah.
what the fuck is. That's what this whole. Okay, here's the thing. Nana was rolling around. Nick Wayne's mom was taller than Swerve in her heels. What the fuck?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It was
Right.
all just. Then he ripped out a piece of his hair, and I'm going, what the fuck, dude? This is some bullshit, you know. But no, I'll take. So is that
It's your
good?
company, my man. You love this shit.
So yeah. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's been a solid Dynamite. You're calling it mid. Yeah, I rated it a B. I was like, it's a B so far going into this Edge Matthews match. Already this match is going a little long for my taste.
Just as I knew it would.
Yeah, just as they always do. We knew that would happen, but it's at least Matthews and Edge, like two believable world class talents, you know, who've been there.
Right.
They're both selling their asses off. So I'm all cool with this match. There's been nothing too ridiculous. They both just took an apron bump. Yep.
Let's go back to the setup for this match, because if I remember, I saw the one homeboy talk about how he beat Edge twice. Correct?
Yep.
But they brought in Buddy Matthews for the pin.
That's true.
The shit makes no sense. Why not bring
because
in
AEW, because Tony Khan's booking style is if you're a guy fighting a faction, you have to fight every member of the faction and then you fight the leader of the faction. It's the most elementary school bullshit ever. But at least they're all real people. Like at least they're making it work. Like good packages, good, like they're trying, and it's Malachi, it's Buddy, it's Edge. So I can give it a pass. Like when it comes to boils down to ultimately the creative like that, it boils down to Tony Khan. But yes, definitely I'll give it a B minus so far. This match going a little too long. But it's like a B minus thus far. But did you see this is what I want to talk to you about? Did you see the fucking intro stuff with the Young Bucks and Tony Khan and all
No,
of that?
thankfully, no. What happened?
So this is how the show opens. It opens with Tony Khan, and he's in Jacksonville, and he's doing great in his neck brace. And what happens is he's like, yo, I can't be there tonight, which it's like the first show ever that Tony Khan hasn't been on, that he hasn't been at for AEW. It looked taped, though. He's probably actually backstage. But anyways, he's like, I can't be there tonight. I'm not cleared to travel. And then the screen starts glitching, and then he gets interrupted. And then it's the Young Bucks, and they're like, well, we're here in Winnipeg, and we're taking over the show, and we're we're in control, and you might be one da-da-da-da-da. And then they made the match between Swerve and Christian at Double or Nothing. So that's why Christian confronted Swerve, because they were like, we know the perfect guy who deserves a title opportunity against you, Swerve, at Double or Nothing. And then Christian came out, and that's why that happened. The Bucks are just like taking control of the show and fucking with people. What do you think about that? They continued the story. They're continuing it. They're trying to tell it. They're saying, look, the Bucks are taking over. Tony Khan, there's a power struggle. He's losing control of the company. Blah, 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 blah. What are your thoughts on all that?
Sounds like bullshit. Smells like bullshit. Most likely is bullshit. I do want to mention this, because like I said, I'm at work now. But I saw a few minutes. I saw, correct me if I'm wrong, 45 seconds of pitch black darkness on the screen as they were introducing Buddy Matthews to the ring.
Yeah, there was a shitload of darkness. Yeah.
I want to call you out on your bullshit, because they didn't lose 7,000 people. They had 7,000 people in the last go round of their Dynamite last year. Okay. So they lost around 3,000 people.
Okay, that was the first number I did say. I was like 3,000. Then I was like, no, I think it's 7,000. So I just fucked up what the number was. So yeah, they have 4,000 there tonight, but they lost 3,000 and had 7,000 there last time. So that, Thank you for correcting me on that.
Not to mention, Phil, it's a 16,000 seat arena.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit! Is it really?
Yeah.
So this isn't a smaller building?
No. It's 1/4. It's 1/4 the size that they need to fill that stadium up.
Now, man.
It may not. From the sounds of it, it sounds like the goddamn thing is taking place in the Manitoba Library, because it is so fucking quiet in there right now.
It's quiet as
It
shit.
makes no sense.
And nobody's expressive, nobody's clapping, no signs. Look at everybody just kind of sitting there talking. Someone in the chat said, "Oh, you can hear conversations going on if you listen in."
I bet.
We have the HPN for $5. Says, look at NXT quarter hours that WrestleNomics just posted, then compare that to AEW. You'll love it. Yes. So the quarter hours from from last night's NXT, I would love to see that. If somebody could tag me on X HPN, if you have X at Pro Wrestle Times, tag me on that. I'd love to pull those up, because we did last week's and it was insane. Like, to me, I said NXT beat AEW in the ratings last week, hands down.
Right.
But thank you so much for the $5 super chat, and if you could tag me, I will absolutely pull that up for you. Yeah. I'll maybe look for it here on the side, but I got a couple things going on. So awful. Yeah. So I don't know. This match officially, I'm saying, has gone way too fucking long.
It's still going on.
Yes, Aubrey Edwards being less
fucking
egregious than we're going to live stream Backlash Paris on Saturday. It's early in the morning, or not terribly early, like easy enough to wake up for.
Sure.
Yeah, if you can tune in, man, you're more than welcome to come. That's on Saturday. Are you looking forward to Backlash while I got you here?
Dude, I didn't even know it was this Saturday.
Yeah, it crept up on me too, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I guess I'm looking forward to it. I mean, listen, nothing's going to beat the Backlash of last year.
No,
that was my favorite pay-per-view.
Yeah, when Bad Bunny came out, that entrance, dude.
Yeah, man. That crowd made the entire goddamn show.
Yeah, this match should have ended a long ass time ago, man. God damn, they always do this. They always do this.
That means in the next hour they're going to fall off a fucking cliff, because now they don't know how to fill time.
Oh wow, what was this? The cold open for? Oh yeah, that was like the. So there's apparently awful. There's going to be a new authority figure revealed tonight on AEW Dynamite.
Ooh,
what do you
think about that? Gee whiz, great.
Who do you think it'll be? If you had to just guess, if you had to put money on it,
it's going to be Kenny Omega. No, it's going to be Kenny Omega. I mean, who else is it going to be? Big Show, Mark Henry. Somebody who
that's who I said. Big Show. Yeah, I said Big Show.
You think it's actually going to be Big Show? Okay, well,
I mean, it could. That's what I mean. It's going to be something like that. Like, do you think Kenny's not healthy? So I don't think people are going to be like, "Oh yeah, we're."
You throw him in a suit and put him on TV. I mean, he doesn't have to get hit or anything. All he has to be is like, "I'm the new general manager." Let's hope. You know what? I hope it's a laptop. That would be great. I hope the new general manager of AEW is a fucking laptop, an HP.
Man, I'm just getting rid of all this. So the Crossman and Alley Catch were fucking arguing on X, but I'm just getting rid. It's like, dude, come on, you're fucking just a random YouTube guy. Shout him out though, whatever. But I don't really know him or anything. But whatever. So guys, speaking of shit going too long and just what the fuck, Darby Allin got hit by a bus. What do you all make about that? Or think about that? Chat, let me know what you think. Darby Allin gets hit by a bus. Was he doing a stunt? Was he trying to skateboard one-footed? Awful. What did you think when you heard Darby Allin got hit by a bus?
I hope that he was okay first and foremost.
Yes.
More so than that, when I did find
here, but he's alive.
Yeah, when I did find out that he was okay, the floodgates of jokes and comedy opened. Like, what was he having a match with this fucking thing? And it sounds like Evil Dose wants to represent the bus. Like, what's going on there?
Yeah.
Then the man took time to go up to do a Broadway play. So he wasn't hurt that bad. He'll be all right, folks.
Yeah, exactly. So what did you say about a Broadway play, though? He went and did a Broadway play?
No, he went to see one with some guy.
Oh, right after? Okay, well, then he's all good. Yeah, I hope he's all good, too, man. Oh, we have a $5 super chat. John JID 9991. I totally thought Backlash was a month away, too. Everybody go back and watch the Puerto Rico pay-per-view event. They flew a drone in the arena. It was lit. bro, when fucking Bad Bunny comes out and it's like Chambea, bro, that shit.
Yeah.
I watched that like the other day, like 2 days ago. I rewatched that entrance. That entrance is just phenomenal, and that whole pay-per-view
From
it
top
was
to
so
bottom, it
good.
was
We don't have that
spectacular.
same vibe this year. We do not have WrestleMania season kind of it was like that week so much happened. It was such a big like orgasmic blow off that almost immediately, like a week later, it was like, all right, back to normal, guys. Like there was our season. Whereas the year before, it was like, man, they carried that whole vibe through WrestleMania. Now, not saying that it's because the Cody blow off was like the ultimate. You couldn't have. That was like the ultimate. Okay, new chapter of WWE begins now. And I think that's why the draft was a bit of a sleeper as well. It's like, come on, we just had the craziest business WWE's ever done. They're not going to slow up, but they're just going to like, we got to recalibrate, let people heal up. This match is still going. I think, dude,
wow, you're gonna have to let us all know when the match ends. I mean, my
know.
God,
it'll be the better
Buddy
update.
Matthews is now playing Luthez out here. Like, what the fuck?
But yes, John JID, thank you for the $5 super chat. And I didn't know it was this weekend. I thought it was in like maybe the one after. But I'm actually happy though, because I'm like, okay, it gives me something to look forward to this weekend. And now we're gonna have a cool daytime live stream. We're gonna try that out. So
when does the show actually play?
Backlash?
Yeah.
It's so like, what's your time zone?
I'm Eastern.
So you're like 2 hours. So it'll be at the pay-per-view itself will start at 11:30 or 12:30 your time.
Gotcha. Hot damn, the match is over apparently.
Yeah, finally over. Spear win. Awesome. Should have happened way before. And now Edge is just beating him down. Is he gonna get the spiked 2 before? Yeah, thank you for the $5 super chat. And I agree with you. I didn't know it was fucking when it was. I thought it was in like a couple weeks, but I'm excited.
Jesus Christ. What was the belt that Christian was holding up earlier in the show? Was that the world title?
That was the world title. So Swerve's big homecoming back to AEW instead of like to Dynamite, rather, instead, because they did that shit on Collision. No one saw it. They just thought, oh, we'll get the NBA rollover. Didn't work. What happened, awful? They bring them out here in Winnipeg. Not even they were just at home. They could have brought their world home title home with the new hero, but instead they do it in Winnipeg, and then Christian Cage just beats his ass and stands over him. So
Swerve isn't going to get his heat back later tonight, I assume.
I doubt it, man. I doubt it. He'll probably just cut a promo for social media, like.
And that's why they should have did whatever they did earlier in the show at the
lights
end
are
of the
out
show.
again. Lights are out again.
That's lights out number 2.
Lights are out here in Winnipeg. Fucking Excalibur.
The lights aren't out. They're just shooting up to the fucking ceiling.
So there's Malik.
Oh my God. Everything, just like Cornette said, everything has to be a fucking afterbirth.
And then Edge turning heel. No, not turning heel, but Malachi tries to corrupt people. Oh my God. And then they'll just be gone. They've hot-shotted the lights out gimmick. Like, they ruined it. AEW needs to pay the
by the third segment.
Yeah, they're just all gone. We knew it.
They're all magical.
Unless you're the fucking Undertaker or Bray Wyatt or fucking Uncle Howdy.
Which one of those goofballs is hitting the breaker back there?
The complete head game. There's no head games. It's so fucking ugh.
Shout out to Phil Marks, who said that this was already a B+.
Oh, I said it was, bro. I said it was. You can only go. You can only work your way down, right? You can't. You can't slowly, or maybe you can. So far, we're grading this. This is like a definite a B- so far. Match went too long, and then the lights going out all those times. Like, all right, people are. And then up next, Samoa Joe versus Isaiah Cassidy.
That's the one I'm looking for.
This better be a fucking 1 second squash match with the greatest promo I've ever heard in my life. You know? This guy's napping like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a scoop from at Steve Muehlhausen Jr. DAZN and AEW. I think we talked about it before, but their 3-year deal came up. They're off of the someone in the chat was like, I can't watch Dynamite. I'm in the UK, so I couldn't even if I wanted to. And then also they got dropped from that Latin American deal or whatever they had going on. Man,
Right.
the TV deal, I don't know. Dose caught a lot of fucking heat from people. I don't know. He's persona non grata right now with a lot of fucking the IWC who got mad at him over his. We talk about it a lot. We speculate on it a lot. The Observer's really shilling right here, trying to go NBA playoff lead-in boost AEW Collision to the best ratings of 2024. Even though
that's only because the bars didn't switch channels.
Right, dude. So what I'm saying is they're doing all this like it smells desperate. A lot of this is like it's like, dude, it's Phil, you would be the easy grader, I would be. But it's just like this seems very like desperation time, like clock's kind of ticking and things aren't looking great. Your thoughts, man? True TV. What do you think? Like, apparently, I don't know. Yeah. What do you think, man? I've asked you before, but we're just live updates every week for the listeners, man. True TV. What do you think?
Like I said, Destination America, Weather Channel, they might be good. Listen, they're not going to get, if they do, here's a couple things. If they do get the WBD deal, it's not going to be a big one. And that doesn't mean that I'm out of business, because I said in a tweet that they could still get canceled. You know what I mean? Like they could just rip up the contract and be like, we're done with you, especially if ratings continue to go down. It's, you got MJF, who had the lowest, who was like the lowest rated AEW champion. It looks like that's about to get beaten by Swerve, because this show is just not happening. It's library quiet in there right now. And you can almost tell that the show is dragging. I don't have to look and see. I can just look up at the sky and imagine it happening. These guys are in deep shit. May 15th is when the upfronts happen.
Yeah.
And
but fuck all this. So what is the upfront? So if they mention AEW, then people are going to go, look, they brought them up on their upfront. So I don't even really go by that shit. I go by like, because you got to think, man, like, because if they do
how about if they don't mention them?
Then well, okay, yeah, I think, but then that just seems too biased. I guess you're right. If they do mention them, though, will you concede and go, okay, maybe they'll stick around? My prediction is Dynamite stays on whatever show it's on and then airs like the day after on streaming, and then everything else just goes to like a streamer somewhere. Or Tony Khan just buys his own channel. Worst comes to worst. Those are my two predictions.
This fucking guy's got to let this all go. Seriously, it's not helping professional wrestling.
Like, what do you think? Like, all these other shows go, like Collision, Rampage, all that shit gone. Dynamite stays on though. Dynamite stays on.
Smart. If Tony Khan is smart, he'll get rid of Collision, and he'll get rid of Rampage, and he'll focus all of his efforts on trying to make Dynamite the #1 show on Wednesday nights. They might even move the fucking show, from Wednesdays to, like, listen, you know what the last thing that these guys have to do? Dynamite needs to go back up against NXT.
I agree. That's what I said. They need to go. They need to go back head to head once more in some fashion with WWE. Like, whether that's having a show on Mondays now that slot's open. What do you say to the people who say, oh, there's a slot wide open now on cable TV in 2025 on Mondays? AEW should slide in with a show there. Or do you just think all those people will just go to Netflix to watch Raw anyways? Like, do you think that's a good idea? Like, hey man, people have been trained to watch, and then if they can just watch it on Netflix the next day, then maybe AEW could do a Monday night show when Raw's gone, like on cable, and go head to head that way, and that could work out for them.
It's not enough to be on cable, to be on USA Network.
Or you know what I'm saying? Sorry. Like, to be on regular TV, whereas like WWE's taking Raw, they're going full streaming, So do you think AEW should take it to Mondays on TV, go head to head that way, and then And then that way, because there's people trained to watch wrestling during that time who might not switch over to fucking Netflix, or people might just go, yo, I'll watch AEW because now Raw's on Netflix. I can just watch it tomorrow. I can watch it
the promotion, the promotion for that ahead of that happening has got to be superb. You've got to let people know that you're first off going to be there on Monday nights. Secondly, that you're going to have the best show on Monday nights. You want the cable viewer to understand that this is the only game in town. Don't talk about WWE. Don't talk about fucking Netflix. Just make sure that if you're going to go on Monday nights, that your promotion ahead of time is on point and hardcore, so that people understand, like, okay, January 1st, 2025, Monday nights are going to be reserved for AEW Dynamite. Will it help them? Nope, not at all, because once again, for that to happen, you've got to change your infrastructure. You've got to have better writing. You've got to have better production. What I saw in about 15 minutes tonight lets me know everything I need to know. They don't have it going on.
Yeah, man, fair enough. And so you think if they went head-to-head, death sentence or what? Joe's on screen whooping this dude's ass. But let's say though, if you don't think at all it would help if AEW put a show on Monday right where Raw used to be for everyone to see, who's, like, that's not a good idea.
Where Raw used to be was on the USA Network.
Right. What if they pulled some crazy shit? What if they did some shit? What if they tried to do that? Oh my God, that was an awesome spot. Yo, this Cassidy guy just dove over the top, and then Joe just did the walkaway spot, splat back first on the ground. That was the crowd woke up for Joe. Joe, I'm so sorry. Joe, to me, feels like he should still be world champion. And there's no disrespect to goddamn Swerve, but they just pulled the trigger on him too late. We've all said it. We've all said the same thing to death, but Joe's the fucking man. He's just.
Let me involve the chat a little bit. Let me involve the chat a little bit.
Let's go.
How many of you in the chat truly believe that this company will last on television through 2025? Press 1 if you think that that's going to happen.
If fucking AEW will last through 2025.
Yes.
Press like just 1. All together, like the company won't collapse by 2025.
And they'll have TV.
Bro, listen, one in the chat if you think AEW will still be a thing by the end of 2025, let's say. By the end of 2025, one in the chat if you guys think AEW will still be alive.
Wow.
I think they'll still be alive.
You don't think they will.
Khan will pay, dude. He'll pay. Yeah, he'll buy his own. Bro, I'm telling you, he'll buy like whatever the fucking Dose said it, but it's the rightest thing, dude. Like he'll just buy like whatever he'll buy whatever Spike TV used to be. He'll just buy that. He'll buy that station up. He'll just air AEW, ROH, and New Japan shit on there all the time. This crowd came alive for Joe. Joe's the most over shit in Winnipeg, daddy. And up next, it's the Learning Tree. Chris Jericho against Katsuyori Shibata. Look at Joe. Like, come on, man. He's the fucking man. He's the man. God, it's just. Dude shows up in Winnipeg, doesn't even get a promo, works a match, is the man. I hope to God we see him back in WWE before his time is done. He's got so much more to offer story-wise. But that was, I guess, a good match as far as it didn't go too goddamn long, and it got Joe, and the crowd was hot for it, got Joe super over. $5 super chat from DK Murphy. TK might get in trouble with the NFL putting in a show competing against Monday Night Football. No, bro, the NFL, listen, they think he's a fucking clown. If you guys haven't yet, me, Awful, and Marv, we reacted to it together. It's on the Clips channel. We reacted to Tony Khan's Harvey Weinstein Pepsi. It's great. We reacted to all that together. It backfired pretty much, but they just look at him as like he's just a billionaire's kid. Like, it's just amateur hour with him, and they just look at him like as like a little kid playing. So if they did go against football, they would look at it like, this doesn't affect us one iota, because okay, when I don't know, man, you guys see it. Like, I don't like to be like, this excuse can apply to WWE but not to AEW, but it is true. Like, Raw's on Monday, so when they get a dip in ratings when football's hot, there's a fucking reason for that. Most WWE fans, okay, so most AEW fans also watch WWE. Most WWE fans don't watch AEW, but they watch other sports. Does that make sense, what I just said there to everybody? Most AEW fans also watch WWE, but most WWE fans do not watch AEW, but they watch other sports. Mostly.
Did everybody get that? Did everybody get that mathematical theory?
Just
how many people from AEW who watch AEW watch the NFL or the NBA?
None. They're the people who just watch AEW, ROH, WWE, New Japan. For the most part, the majority of them. Now there is a minority of them against who like also watch hockey and shit, and that's why you see the little dip. But to WWE, that's why you see the 800K. And then you go like, everyone's like, oh, we need to call out Triple H. We don't really need to, but like, I'll give you that. And I have called it like, okay, no, we need to do better. We should be retaining these. Like, there was a time where Monday Night Raw was more important than whatever fucking hockey game was on or whatever. There was a time where, so it's like, we need to keep that. But with the way of the world, like like Peacock and all that, you fully have to just go like, yes, it's mostly sports like that. That does apply to WWE, that excuse, but I'm not one to play like to cherry pick. So I don't really, but that's the first time I've ever voiced that really to where I do feel that way, that it does apply to WWE, but not the other way around. But I also don't like to, those arguments I find are fucking kind of mute, like people don't really want to accept them and I can understand why. But anyways, thank you for the $5 super chat. We have another one here from the HPN, $5. You're forgetting Monday Night Football. So okay, just what we were talking about. Monday Night Football would be the death nail for AEW if they put on a Monday show. Plus NFL would be pissed at the cons. See, well, we just covered that, and I disagree. I just really don't think they would even care. This is what they would do, guys. They'd sit down and they would go, okay. They would look at the crossover, like what we just sort of analyzed anecdotally. They would look at it and go, okay, what is the crossover between AEW and NFL viewers? And they would find, I'm fairly certain of it, talking out of my ass, but I'm pretty much think I could safely bet that there would be not a lot of them to where they would think it would affect their business. You know what I mean? So, and if anything, the people would turn off AEW to watch football anyways. So, yeah.
Is your TV still on?
Yes, mine is. Yeah, absolutely. We have Cassidy coming out here.
Okay.
Yeah, just during the
it sounded like you had it on full blast and it was still quiet.
No. Like I turn it. I'm playing with the volume here, so like when people are cutting promos, I'm cranking it up, and then now it's here. I'll turn it up a bit again. I had it turned down. I didn't want to bullshit ads and stuff. But thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And but like not to dismiss that, but Monday Night Football affects Monday Night Raw, Daddy. That's how it goes.
Right. Especially in big markets, Philadelphia, Boston, New York.
So I got a message here, a DM from AEW Disciplinary Committee, who says, you can tell your listeners that the Edge House of Black angle they just did was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Yep. Shout out AEW Disciplinary Committee.
Shout out ABC.
For that one. That's super funny. And then Marv asked me what happened, and I told him the NWO light is what happened tonight. Let's hear what Orange has to say, folks, and then we'll talk about this Phil Marks bookmarks here.
All right, everybody quiet. Orange Cassidy's talking. Turn it up a little bit more.
Stand in this ring together as best friends.
That good?
Yep.
Right on. I'm glad you can hear it.
That's never going to happen.
Ooh, how come?
I have been told.
They're burning time.
Because of what Trent did to Chuck after the match.
Okay, what Trent did to Chuck after the match?
I have been told that my best friend Chuck Taylor will never wrestle again.
Yes.
Oh my God, is that real?
No, who knows? I don't know.
Terrible. Terrible news.
Oh my God, dude.
So now I'm standing in this ring alone.
God, Cassidy's no chat. No. Oh my.
Now let him speak. I got to hear this.
Chat, you guys are fucking savage. Cassidy's so cheesy. Trent is good. If Orange starts beating up a bunch of security, dude, I'm gonna laugh so hard. Okay, guys. Here, listen. He's just calling him selfish while security hold him back. Statlander's holding him back. It's so unbelievable because Cassidy's so little. I gotta be real. I think this has worked. I think Chucky T was just gonna retire anyways, and this is a worked angle where Chucky, because there's no way they would just come out and do it this way, or maybe they would. So Callis has come out and he's now talking to Orange Cassidy, whispering to him. Would have been better if he whispered to Trent, because now who are we supposed to cheer for and who are we supposed to be against? Trent just ended Chuck's career, but Orange Cassidy walked away with Don Callis. So how do we react or feel? Who's the hero and who's the villain? Fucking backwards ass company, man. So that was whatever. I think this is a work though, dude. Pretty sure $5. Pretty sure that I can hear a mouse pissing on cotton in Winnipeg. Yeah, the soft part of the toilet. What's the joke? I think it's Harlan Williams. He tells the joke. He goes, he's a Canadian stand-up. I believe this is a joke. Sorry if I cited the wrong person, but oh, sorry. The Young Bucks are on screen.
Turn it up.
First off, you're killing it as usual. You look great. How's the family? How's John?
Really good.
That's great. That's great. Hey, we don't really have time for this right now. We're looking for an old friend. I don't know if you bumped into him yet.
You know, we've had way too much TV time tonight on Dynamite. Let's give some to our good friend, the scapegoat, Jack Perry.
Jack Perry's on screen with Renee Paquette, Moxley Good Young.
Well, you know what? I meant what I said last week. When I told Tony that the only thing I want is what's best for AEW.
Best for business, bruh.
Some people might not be able to see it right now. But that's exactly what I did. You see, the funny part to me is that, Tony, you're the one who made me. I accepted it because I realized that it was a sacrifice that somebody was going to have to make. But we all have to sacrifice.
TNA sacrifice.
We're entering
Oh, I think Chad could hear it.
under the elite.
So he's the elite now. Yeah, I hope Kenny slaps this little boy around. Awful. Oh, now it's the learning tree. Chris Jericho's coming out. I am a learning tree. Then he comes out to his new music. Awful. You can hear the promos and all of that from Dynamite, right? Chat, you guys can hear that? Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it this way every time now because it's so much better that way. I just got to crank it up, and I just turned my mic a different way, and it picks it all. Oh, my God. Jericho's wearing trunks, so his legs are exposed. He's waving to everyone. He's wearing like a new jacket that's like sparkly. It's like a combination of his last 2 or 3 gimmicks. His dad's there. Ted Irvin is in the crowd. And yeah, George Captor. So the joke is like the guy said, yo, I used to get drunk and then I'd make too much noise. So he's like, I would take peas and I would try to hit the soft spot of the toilet. And after a while I found it's in the laundry hamper or whatever. Anyway, sorry, this is a fucking dumb joke. The Elite for $5, Andre. Let me applaud you, brother. Thank you so much. The Elite built like they pull their pants all the way down to piss. Oh shit!
First off, Lance Cassidy sounded like he was doing a Mercedes Monet promo, where you just stop and you let the words come out of your mouth after every fucking pause.
What?
He's
Yeah,
terrible.
and that's where you hit him with the what's. Dude, the Elite built like they pull their pants all the way down to piss. Bro. Oh, dude. That is quite possibly the funniest super chat I've ever gotten. Thank you so much for that, dude. What, just a goat in the chat right there. Andre Adams. Okay. Shit, for real, that's so funny. Jericho, man, what is he doing? So he's like a teacher now, and he's like just wearing trunks and waving, and he's doing like Dean Douglas mixed with Eugene.
Is he wrestling or what?
He's wrestling, bro. He's wrestling Shibata for the FTW title, the For the World title. And he's the learning tree, Chris Jericho. And now he comes out to Judas's new song. That's all happy. A new era? You got to be kidding me. $2 Shaggy Filth 73. Yeah, man. The new era of AEW. Is it though? I don't know. Jericho built like Uncle Grandpa. Why has Jericho got his leggies out? What's up, Jess? Holy shit. Oh, man. Now they're just going to go chop for chop, chop for chop.
Of course they are.
Yeah. And
it's New Japan on AEW Dynamite tonight. Shibata.
And if you guys didn't know, Season Pass 3 of AEW Fight Forever has Claudio, Swerve Strickland, and Jamie Hayter.
Oh, my God. Can you also play as the neck brace that Tony's wearing?
Jeepers. So if you guys, this match is going on. Jericho's going to get weapons because he's the learning tree. Let's see what he does here.
And trust me, Books.com. Once he's cleared, hold on. He's cleared. He'll be back. And I know who he's gunning for.
So Taz is like heated up on commentary. When Hook is back, I know who he's gunning for. Jericho can't find what he's trying to find. I should have played the fucking boom, 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 boom. Like, dude, they couldn't find what the fuck. He couldn't. He's hitting him in the head. So he's a hardcore wrestler. So he's going ECW style, but he's wearing Gitchies again.
So this is a no holds barred match. This is a no disqualification.
Yeah, it's the FTW. But now, now
gotcha.
FTW rules is what Phil Mark said a year ago. I was yelling about, dude, FTW needs to be their hardcore division. Then they can have random. Like Moxley can reign with the title and bleed, and they can have random indie fucking like random death match guys can circle in like Nick Gage. So Jericho just dumped out a bag that everyone thought was thumbtacks, but it was actually hockey pucks. As a Canadian, I approve. Wrestling Russ, did you hear the CM Punk chants during Jack's promo? And you get a round of applause.
I didn't hear shit.
I did not hear it, actually. Oh, Jericho just got slammed on the pucks. Did you hear the CM Punk chants during Jack's promo? I didn't, actually. I was just trying to really listen to Jack and what he was saying, and I missed the and I was also talking to chat and talking to Awful, so I missed the CM Punk chants, but I'm sure it will be clipped and put on X, and I will play it on this show if someone tags me in it. Excuse me, that's a nasty chop. And yeah, thank you so much, Wrestling Russ, for the super chat. And if there's a clip of it on X, someone tag me, I'll play it on the show so you can hear it as well. But I did miss that part. So we saw a slam on hockey pucks, and now we're back into a chop battle. And this is what I mean. Shibata's not. He's like Ibushi. Like he's. I don't want to be like he's shot and washed, but he's not. what he once was, and thus he just kind of does the style where he just kicks and chops, couple big moves, matches done.
Right. Is he selling anything for Jericho?
He's not selling for Jericho really at all whatsoever. And so in Winnipeg, Samoa Joe and CM Punk are the two most over motherfuckers in the whole building. Shaggy Phil 73, my 5-year-old asking me what's going on. I have no answer. Dude, here's the thing. Yeah. So like over the holidays, if you guys were watching like, you know, PWT over Christmas and stuff and listening in before we had the visuals, I had like a bunch of family come over and come and I was cooking. I love to cook around the holidays and shit. And I had family coming in and out of my girl's family and stuff. And yeah, there were kids here and they're going, why is there no? So I'm playing wrestling the whole week and stuff. Motherfuckers are going like, what are they fighting for? Like that's what like in WWE, they fucking get it. They see the sin emojis, they see the prime bottles. Someone's like, oh, why was I Show Speed there? He's just a goof. It's like, yeah, that's why Orton beat him up. But every little kid forever is like, you know, that shit's on TikToks for every little fucking short attention span kid that's like why WWE is able to transcend like that and how they just figured out what they needed to do. Like they really got in order. But yeah, kids are always like, whenever they watch AEW, man, they don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm telling you. And then when they do watch promos, a lot of it's filthy and shit. And I'm not saying like, I don't know, man. I'm not saying like don't do stuff like The Rock and the Final Boss, but that shit will live in history forever because it doesn't happen all the time. And the next time we see Cody get bloodied up, and the next time we saw Kevin Owens get bloodied up by Tama Tonga, and everyone's going, that's how you bring a guy in from New Japan, you know? So yeah, when you do see it, it means so much. These two guys are having a vicious chop battle back and forth right now.
Oh, the old
Jericho doesn't need to be doing this, but it's their only move. And Aubrey Edwards is right there, like right in their faces. Like she should not be right in their faces like that. Oh my goodness, for $7.99 Australian.
$4.
So Jess, you're an Aussie. It's good to know that. I didn't actually know that. And shout out your kitty. I'm late as fuck, but it's very telling that they didn't send Jack out to do his promo in front of the live crowd. Hey, now that's a good point. Now,
I was going to say, like, why didn't they do that shit, you know, in the middle of the ring? Because you would have gotten to see him chance.
Right. This is why. Ready? I think that Perry and Bucks are going to come out because the Bucks haven't been in front of the crowd either. I think that they're the through line, which I give them points for telling this story throughout the show, or just like at least there's the recurring characters and themes, like what we have something to look forward to. Who's the authority figure? They reached it on. They leaked it online. They should have put that out on the television show itself. Pardon me, I'm getting distracted watching. These guys are chopping each other's chest to hamburger meat. But anyways, I think Jack Perry and the Bucks come out and beat the shit out of Kenny Omega next. They're gonna say he's the authority figure. So then they're all gonna beat up Kenny, and then we're gonna get Kenny Okada down the line, probably a Double or Nothing, and then yeah, because you know Tony wants to redo that shit in AEW, but even though he won't be able to. But yeah, I think that they beat up Kenny. And they point to those promos he was giving, like on his game stream and all of that. But I think they're just saving Perry and them to come out at the very end. But when he comes out, he's going to get CM Punk chanted, and it's going to be fucking hilarious. And Jess, thank you so much for the super chat. And I love when you're up in the chat, popping the boys, as it were. Don't forget McFingerbang. Yeah, he's going to be there. I have no faith in him being able to battle the Punk chance. Then he shouldn't be pushing him in a prominent spot here. Not arguing that. But what I'm saying is I think they're just saving it for the end because they know, because you're right. Like, you're right, but they're not going to give up the heat he'll get by running out there, which he will get. The AEW fanatics at WWE Real One, who I guess we started cooking him on the show. I've invited him on the show. He won't come on the show.
Why not? Really? Goddamn, it's very easy. You just, fire up the microphone and start talking.
Yeah, it's just that's the whole thing. I said it before, like tweeting is hacky. Like anyone can just tweet, and not shitting on people who just tweet and make the most out of tweets, but anyone can just can fucking tweet brainlessly and get a bunch of it. Like sometimes people get attention for tweets they had no intention of getting attention on, you know? Whereas like fucking, you know, it's harder for that dude to peddle his bullshit with a straight face, man. So he glommed him with a hockey puck. He glommed him with a hockey puck. Now he's got a trash can and a kendo stick. And okay, so that was a cool little spot there, I guess. But anyways, it's harder to get on the mic and rip. Dude, we went 6.5 hours on Saturday. And I'm not like trying to blow myself or anything, but like it's harder to do that than to just like put out brainless tweets and then just do this with a blue check for the money. That's why he does it. Because he gets like $60 at the end of every month because the shit he talks on Twitter. So, or maybe even more than that. But anyways, without these men, there would be no AEW. And this was after Cody Rhodes's interview, which we'll get into in a bit, guys, where he you know, and then he photoshopped Khan over. I think Cody was there, and he photoshopped Khan over, or maybe Cody. No, Cody wasn't there. This is eye patch era. Oh no, this is just a Photoshop, I think, entirely. Yeah, but Khan is in there. No Cody Rhodes, and the fans. That's like their little narrative. And here's real one. Just look at O'Shea dissing Cody for saying that, like. Just because Cody's getting frustrated now because he's getting buried more and more and more.
All three of those motherfuckers were the same size. That's incredible.
That's crazy, right? And so what do you make of like Cody feeling disrespected? I guess I have it. We'll talk about it right here. So because this match is going too long as well. So on the Cheap Heat podcast, Cody Rhodes says, you know, the narrative changed a lot about my contributions to AEW. That was very disappointing. There were some people, I'm not going to say their names, they know who they were, who kind of tried to put some propaganda out when I left. There's a quote in the Young Bucks book about how I was the last to the signing. Me, Matt, and Nick are as close as ever. So glad I had them in my career and my life. If we are being honest, AEW does not happen without me. It doesn't. With that in mind, I could never root against them. It's like having a kid and they go off to college and they get a DUI or they get in trouble. I'll always have that in my heart for them. So he's frustrated, bro. Like, listen, I can't wait till he lets loose one day, but he's like, yo, like, and this is what we all tried to say. Like, bro, they tried to flip the narrative on Cody. Like, they weren't listening to him, blah, blah, blah. Now he's more or less coming out and saying this sort of thing. And now the fans, the stands are coping. The stands are coping now with posts like real ones. What do you make of seemingly Cody's frustrations and how the rewriting of history is happening and how these fans are fucking just shitting on him sort of now? Like, we say it, everyone who talks about, we've even seen Kenny Omega slander because he's put over Roman Reigns and Randy Orton and shit. If you go against their little narrative, the vocals, my small subsection of these fans go nuts and they instantly start burying you. And here's real one who was all over Cody's nuts and now, yeah, burying him. Your thoughts?
What more can be said? Cody Rhodes has been in the WWE for what, like 3 years now, I guess, and didn't say a peep about AEW. He's had it. He's had it up to here what the slanderous talk about him and his wife. He sees what goes online, you know, and he knows he knows exactly who he's talking about. We all know exactly who he's talking about. He's talking about Tony Khan and the Young Bucks.
Right, and Meltzer and those guys too, because they're like a part of it, bro. They're a part of the fucking of the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? So like they really are. So speaking of which, here's the clip. Let me play this for you guys. Here, I actually have the clip. Shout out Cheap Heat. I love the suits, gentlemen. I like that a lot. That's a great gimmick to have. Dressed to impress. And yeah, that's great right there. Shout them out. I Talk Wrestling at I Talk Wrestling. Here's what Cody Rhodes had to say. I read the quote, but we can hear his inflections, his cadences. This is where the important, and I'll get to super chats here. Let's just play this clip and then I'll get to super chats.
I signed people from my school, all this stuff. But from outside of that, it's very important that they hang in there, because if that was to go away, I don't think anybody in the locker room has any clue the financial repercussions that would have on the wrestling business, the trickle-down effect it would then have on independent wrestling. We've created a really comfortable environment in sports entertainment for men and women to feed their families and to do well and to be treated on the level that their global penetration ask for. And I would hate to see that bubble burst. So that's another, random fear I have of, when they're down or if they're up or whatever it may be. But yeah, I would never root against them in any case. And that's not always easy because there's random things said about you at press conferences, and that's a big no-no. You should never say me or my wife's name. Tony should have told you that. So yeah, I'll never root against them. I really won't.
Yeah, even though just the last couple of weeks made it hard. There were some.
Yeah.
So staying classy as ever, man. He's gonna unleash one day, but exactly that's why we can't root against them. Big Bill came out, choke slammed. So now Big Bill is with Jericho. Jericho just stole Big Bill from fucking Ricky Starks. Oh my God. I got some super chats I got to get to here. George Captor for $5.
Dummy. Yeah.
Aubrey has to look good tonight. She has a big Saturday to look forward to. What does that mean? What's going on this Saturday?
Kentucky Derby, maybe?
You said it.
I'm not sure.
God
I'll do
damn.
it again.
You know what,
Derby.
Aubrey? Some people are into Aubrey Edwards there. I don't know. Mercedes Monet's on screen. Willow's a looker. George Captor in chat. Let us know. Is it the Kentucky Derby? Why'd you just say that for $5? Spend $5 and thank you so much. I appreciate you more than you ever know. John JID for $2 says this match is making me hate wrestling. It went on too long. We tuned out and started talking about Cody Rhodes. That's how long that went. Here we go. Willow, Statlander, and Stokely and Renee.
Well, I'll tell you what, Phil.
Yeah.
I'm about to get back to work, but
okay.
As far as Cody Rhodes is concerned, he's staying the high ground. That's awesome for him. I would. What do you think? What amount of money would I have to give Cody Rhodes so he could, give me a few quotes for the book?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I'm sure if you just pay attention to the media the next little while, he'll let some quotes slip.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Will be all free to use to the press. But so everybody check out Awful Wrestling. He's on Toonie Talk Wrestling on Tuesdays, and he's also writing his book on Twitter at Awful. What is it? Sorry, plug your shit.
AEW FUL Wrestling on Twitter. I'm also obviously a panelist on looks like this show and also Toonie Talk Wrestling.
Yeah, you're welcome here anytime, dude, even later tonight. If you're like, oh, fuck it, I'll tune back in. Feel free. Open door, bruv. You already know. Everyone, round of applause for Awful Wrestling.
Thank you, guys. Peace to the chat and peace to all of you. Have a good night.
Thank you so much. All right. You never know who's going to stop in here at Pro Wrestle Times, man. That's the beauty of this show. Sorry, guys. Super chats. I see him. Savage Wrestling Podcast. Phil, you're the man. Me and my new co-host, Aaron, had a blast with today's episode of Savage Wrestling Podcast. Love this stream. PWT SWP collab coming soon. Bro, you know what? For $5,
Yeah.
You know what? I'm glad to hear it. You're the man. Thank you so much for the support. You've been supporting for a while, been supporting the channel for, I want to say for a while since I started doing live streams, at least maybe a little while after that. So thank you so much. And we will collab. I will come over. I will chop it up with you and your new co-host. Congratulations on getting a new co-host. That's not easy to do. So sometimes it's, good to just ride solo, ride dirty, as they say sometimes, makes things a little easier. But Definitely, I'm happy for you, and I cannot wait to cross over with you. I'll come to your show for sure sometime. I'm a busy motherfucker, dude. This is pretty much what I do in my spare time is hang out with you guys. So it's it is what it is. But thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat. And then Chris Benoit gifted a Pro Wrestle Clips membership. Shout out Chris Benoit, doing a great job in the moderating tonight, and hopefully winning some money on poker. I know he's playing poker tonight and he's watching hockey, and I think the Oiler puck drops in I think 40 some minutes, but we got lots of Dynamite to still trudge through. We're about an hour and a half into the 3-hour edition, special 3-hour edition. And yeah, you can gift memberships if that's your thing. If you're like, I'm a member, this guy fucking loves the show, maybe he can, or this motherfucker hates the show, so it'll be funny to troll him and get him a membership, or her. I don't blame you for being busy. Yeah, bro. It's just, you already know, bro. I know you don't. We talk, bro. We talk. Nice, Kevin. Round one. Cody is gonna bury AEW. He's gonna bury AEW. Yeah, you're motherfucking right. Where's Ricky? Not with Big Will. So it's Will and Jericho under the learning tree now. So yeah, I don't know. Everybody get used to it. But yeah, man, Cody Rhodes, it's a goddamn shame that it's got to be this way. But I don't know, man. That's just the way it is, bro. Some people never motherfucking learn. So here is, while we're in commercial break, Drew McIntyre re-signed with WWE. The Rock posted it right here. We'll just quickly play the video because The Rock, I think we did. We played it on the show. Here's Drew McIntyre re-signing with the WWE for 3 years, according to Meltzer. Who fucking knows? And he re-signed. Whatever. I don't even know if we need to. Just a man of my word. Congratulations. Your signing of your new deal, as we talked about after your WrestleMania match. I know this Scottish Claymore represents everything that you, your family, and your country embody. Alba Gubrath. As you know, I wanted to personally hand deliver this gift to you at your meeting with Nick Khan, but I had warm cheat meals and chilled tequila waiting for me. Congrats again, brother. So yeah, it's a meeting with Nick Khan. They re-sign Drew McIntyre for years. He's there with his wife. Drew's the shit. Why would he go anywhere when he's about to take on CM Punk, who is it's the biggest money match you could have in WWE without a belt on the line. Do you know what I'm saying? Now Claudio's making his way out, but anyways, Drew resigns, and then Drew puts out a tweet saying like, I'm not going anywhere, whatever. Like, we built this, whatever, da-da-da-da-da. Basically just putting WWE over, like, yeah, I'm sticking here. This is my home. Like, they're re-signing a lot of this talent right now because they appreciate them, and rightfully so. And so down here's a video from 2019 that Drew then responded to The Rock, and I found this very endearing and cool. And let's listen to this. This is The Rock in 2019 talking.
Who is the next Rock, John Cena? Who in the WWE think could be the next big superstar?
Let's see. I'm not quite too sure. I just know that a lot of guys obviously are working very hard. I spent a lot of time with Roman just now. Spent the past week with him, and we were talking about everybody who has potential and who doesn't. Personally, I like Drew McIntyre. I think he's got a great look, a great build, and especially as he continues to hone in on his craft and connect with the audience, which is always the most important thing. That's it.
I love him, my friend. With you,
Drew Galloway, all elite. Drew Galloway's all elite. Fuck, man. So we also talked about on the last live stream, I think, we were talking about how Nick Khan sold off his shares. There's a clip of it. It dropped today on the Clips channel. And Pat McAfee, speaking of Drew McIntyre on the Pat McAfee show, and they just bodied that whole Nick Khan ain't going nowhere. And I said it too. I was like, bro, this is like the propaganda machine trying to come after Nick Khan and accuse him of some fucking rapey shit or something. Sorry, grapey shit. Sorry, I'm chewing some food right now. And so here's what Pat McAfee had to say about Nick Khan.
The man you've mentioned a few times there, Nick Khan, there were some internet rumors about him too, selling stock and shares and everything like that. After talking to sources, can report some breaking news. That's not true. Has never sold a single share of any stock since getting to the WWE. Hasn't even put them up for sale, which is an entire process to do that. So that was a bunch of
fucking Dave Meltzer, and then we're all like, oh yeah, his fucking stocks are up. They've been up since September. Even I said it because all these news sources report it. That's why I'm not a news source. Don't come to me if you want news. Come to me if you want to laugh at news and like just guess about shit and be funny, you know?
dummy. Yeah.
Nick Khan hasn't even, they're like, oh yeah, it's been up since September. Pat McAfee's going out there. He's not just going to say this. He talked directly to Nick Khan. You know, they told him to get that out there because look at how he just slipped it in. Look at him. He's like, oh yeah, and by the way, internet rumors. And that's because they brought up the internet rumors that Drew's going to leave. They ain't leaving, bro. Nick Khan, The Rock, Drew, Triple H are all hanging out laughing. Drinking fucking margarita. No, I don't know if they do that, but they're just hanging out, dude. They're making a shitload of money. He's about to feud CM Punk. He's not going to AEW to fight Claudio in Ring of Honor. Do you know what I mean?
For sale, which is an entire process to do that. So that was a bunch of bullshit as well. So when you're talking about the WWE climbing, I love that you're going to be around, and I love that Nick Khan is going to be around. The man you've mentioned a few times.
Me too. Nick Khan is the fucking man. And I'm glad that McIntyre is going to be there too, dude. He's got so much more left to give. What else do I got in Phil Mark's bookmarks here? So Claudio's fighting Brian Cage, and this match, again, it's just long, I guess, but I'm not going to shit on either of these guys, but it's just a random, like, hey, we'll put this match on two great guys. That's fine. I'm down with it. But they're going to give it too much time, and it's not to get anyone over. Like, Claudio's just going to win, which is awesome. But what comes of this? And why did the graphics show Cage with Prince Nana still? Like, I don't want it's just all got to be separate. So here's Chris Jericho, tweeted out by the Winnipeg Jets. Oh, mainstream coverage. It's been great. Don't worry, guys. We got Tony Khan. We got Dave. We're going to talk about Tony Khan and Dave Meltzer in a bit. 138 of you in the chat. Let's get the likes up to 100. Please and thank you. We're at 69. You fuckers quit at 69. No. Okay, we've been at 69 for too long. Get the likes up to 100. There's 134 of you in here. Get those likes up. Please, 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 please. We sat at 69 like the whole show. So what you guys can do is put it up more for the algorithm, please. And then we can fucking, next show, it'll be the same. It'll be the same thing. So joining us now on the show, for how long, who knows how long, and it's all good because he's welcome here anytime. It is from Toonie Talk Wrestling. We're being invaded again. It is the AEW Disciplinary Committee. Round of applause, chat, for AEW. This, what's up, buddy?
Not going to be here long. I'm going to drop a show because I only got like 5 minutes, but I've been watching a Dynamite and it's fucking ridiculous.
Okay, floor's yours. 5 minutes, go.
Okay. I start watching the show. I'm like, hey, I got time. I'll watch Dynamite tonight. First thing I hear, we're live for 3 hours. Fuck you, Tony Schiavone. I don't want to be live for 3 hours. I want it to be 2 hours. Next thing that happens, Edge comes out and then he doesn't know who he's fighting. And then apparently he's fighting Buddy Matthews, and Buddy Matthews gets in the ring and they do a baby face angle where he is supposedly injured, but he's not injured. And Edge is all crazy. And then you find out Edge is crazy because of the mist, because poison mist is stupid, but crazy mist is fine, apparently. So Edge was going to attack him with a chair. And then he kind of slowly turns to Malachi Black and he decides, I'm not going to attack you with a chair. I skipped over the Christian stuff, by the way, because that was kind of fine, right? Like the Christian stuff was fine. He pulled his hair out. That's great. I mean,
my criticism though, Nick Wayne's mom was taller than fucking Swerve and Christian with those heels on, but
Nick Wayne's mom's taller than everybody on the show, so you can't complain about that. Okay. So where was I? We got through the House of Black segment, which made no sense at all. We go to OC. the little that little dance thing that he did where he came out looking like Cameron Diaz and something about Mary, like he had cum in his hair. And then and then they had friend problems and there was almost a girl fight, and then Don
Chuck
Callis
T
comes out.
apparently is done wrestling. He's retired and done now. He was injured. Done.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts
he's
on that?
done. Except for Don Callis. Don Callis comes out and he says something in his ear, and then he's like, "Oh, that's a big deal." And they walk away, but nobody has any idea what the hell's going on.
And they're both heels though. Like so, Callis is with Cassidy and not Trent. That's weird. Anyways,
yeah, I know. Right, it makes no sense. But but also remember, he was also with Will Ospreay, and he was a face, and so who cares? So because faces and heels don't matter at all in AEW. You cheer for whoever you want. We'll get to that shortly. So then Samoa Joe got to wrestle for 45 seconds, which was nice, I guess. He goes from being the champion to fighting a tag team wrestler, and very little time given to that match. Okay, did the Young Bucks segment happen next, or was it Jericho?
So I think it was the Bucks. Yeah, it was the Bucks, then Jericho.
Okay, so that's right. So the Bucks came out, and you can't tell the difference between the two because they're not turned around. And the only way you can tell the difference anymore is if you see the bald spot on one of their heads. They look exactly the same otherwise. They don't have time. They put in the world's worst promo machine, Jack Perry, who has no presence at all and looks like Hyde from that 70s show. Except much
not
shorter.
A good look today in 2020.
No, much shorter, not intimidating at all, but he's supposed to sound mean. And the only person that he intimidates is Tony Khan, and Tony Khan isn't even there. Renee wasn't intimidated by Jack Perry. She was looking down at him like, this is ridiculous. Because no one can take him seriously because it's impossible to take Jack Perry seriously.
The fans chanted punk too while he was talking.
Did they? Okay, that makes sense. That's the first thing on the show that makes sense, that they chanted CM Punk while Jack Perry was on TV.
Yeah.
So then, Joe got 45 seconds. Let's give Chris Jericho 2 segments. Let's give him a commercial break. Let's let him go through. He's going to pull out hockey pucks because we're in Canada and that's cute and funny. He's Terry Funk in WCW in 2000. Remember when Terry Funk was in golf carts chasing Norman Smiley around and throwing chickens at people? That's what Chris Jericho is now. I know he likes to think he's Terry Funk in ECW, but no, he's Terry Funk in WCW in 2000. And so he came out, they did their little chop fest, which I think went through an entire commercial break. If you want, because they started it at the beginning of the commercial break. And then when they came back, they were still doing the little chop fest. But then, they threw hockey pucks at each other, and Chris Jericho sold it like he was getting shot by a gun. And then Big Bill came out and ruined his career by being around.
I know, now he's under the learning tree. Like, come on.
He's under the
Where's
learning
Ricky?
tree. Yeah, which means that any potential that he might have had is completely gone now. And then, if that wasn't enough, first off, we still have 3 matches left for in what, 33 minutes or so left in Dynamite. For some reason, they can't just make it a 3-hour show. They have to separate it. So, that's a nice thing, though. They tell us the part that we don't have to watch, right? We don't have to watch Rampage. So you might as well.
Yeah.
So that's good. That was pleasant of them. So let me get Willow. And the Bucks had to piss on this segment somehow, too. They had to interject there.
And then Willow and Sky Blue are fighting in a Manitoba Massacre match later. Sorry, I had to put that in there.
and by the way, how did the Bucks get, Hathaway said something bad about the Bucks, and immediately, before he's done, someone's handing Renee the phone that has Stokely's punishment on it. They didn't even give it time to breathe. It was in the middle of the sentence. The Bucks, I guess, are clairvoyant and knew that was going to happen, so they passed him the phone in the middle of it, saying he's barred from ringside. And now we're just somehow they got to fit. I'm missing the Claudio match. Well, I didn't. I'm pausing it.
Well, he's big swinging Brian Cage, and it's I'm spoiling it for you.
Don't fuck. Who cares? Here.
Okay, yeah. So
he's
big swinging him. He's big swinging him. Nana did not come out with Brian Cage. So chat, Nana didn't come out with Cage, but go look at the graphic that we analyzed before the show started, and Nana was in the graphic with Cage, for Dynamite, like the official Dynamite. Here's the matches tonight. Nana was with Cage in the graphic. So
Yeah.
he tapped out to the sharpshooter in Winnipeg. Cool, I guess.
Oh, is that what they did?
Sorry,
Shoot.
did I just? I'm so sorry, but
No,
yeah,
no,
you.
once again, here, I'm going to spoil something. Guess what? Kenny
What?
Omega's the new GM.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God.
exactly. And then
Oh
he's
my
going to get
gosh.
attacked by Perry and the Bucks and Okada. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and they still have what, 2 matches left before that? What's the main event?
Yeah, we got Mariah May and Deeb up next, and then the main event. See, we were looking at the card. We thought like Edge and shit was going to be the main event. It's not. It's like it's not Joe. It's okay. Mariah May and Deeb might be the main event of Dynamite. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay, but that's like, come on, God damn it! Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, and then we're gonna have the they're gonna end the show with like an angle. They're not gonna just, at least they're trying, but like, God damn. So the main event angle, because this match is gonna go, Deeb and Mariah May is gonna get too much time. It's gonna go like 15 minutes, and then they're gonna quickly do a 5-minute fucking angle, and then they're gonna go, and then maybe it will bleed over into Rampage.
Yeah,
so that they can retain viewers for that third hour or something.
Sure. One last thing before I go. What did they do to Chris Statlander?
I think she's hurt. I think she's been on the shelf again.
That's fine. I don't care that she's not wrestling. They destroyed her character. She's like she acts just like the best friends did when they were all faces and happy all the time now.
And remember, she beat Jade. Look at where Jade's at now in WWE. And then look at where Stat is, the person who beat Jade, her undefeated record.
She's Willow's little buddy, right? Like that's all she is now. So okay, my kid's getting out of the shower. That's why I had a few minutes to talk.
Okay,
so I'm gonna
absolutely. Everybody, where can people find you really quick? Plug your stuff.
You can find on Twitter at AEW Disciplinary, Toonie Talk Wrestling, which I won't be on next week. And since I won't be on that, I will be on your show next week. So you can find me back here next week. So I will see you then. But Toonie Talk Wrestling, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time. I think Mish might be coming on again next week.
Yeah,
so,
I'll be there. Mish will be there. And I don't know.
We had a great show yesterday. If anybody didn't hear it with Alfred.
With Alfred, that was one of the greatest shows
it's fantastic
ever, bro. We were fucking, I just had such a ball doing that. But thank you so much for being here, chat. Round of applause for this.
All right.
Open door, my friend. We'll see you anytime. All right. That's awesome. That's awesome. See, we love when Toonie Talk guys like to tap in and say what's up. We're all friends around these parts. And yeah, round of applause, man. That was great how he just came in, he broke down Dynamite, gave us his thoughts. Yeah, so I don't know. There you go. And here's where I like this, because he is like me, dude. Like, he is an avid, rabid AEW fan at the start and hung on for a long time. And I still watch it all the time, clearly, so I'm still hanging on. But it's it's just, you just come to realize, like, God damn it, the opportunity that was once there, and like when you give so many chances, it just comes a point where it's like, it's silliness. And so maybe where I'm still a little jaded and optimistic and hopeful, maybe he's already past that point and is like, no, so he'd grade it. I'd say his review was like a C-. Mine I'd say this show's been, I don't know, I'd give it like a C2, like a C+ so far, because it's just, what the fuck. And then now Rocky Romero's here, and it's like, bro, he's barely on the show. It's just like they're just expecting you to remember that, like, 4 months ago he wrestled on Rampage with the Best Friends. You know what I mean? So on Dynamite, Cassidy and Beretta are fighting next week. Now, Romero's awesome. He's a great wrestler. He's great on the stick. I'll never bury him. I'll never, like, fucking love Romero. And I love Trent too. Like back in the day though, like Roppongi Vice and all that shit. But the problem is that Trent has never been the same. And in AEW. So now Rocky Romero is just challenging Kyle O'Reilly in a random whatever match. Cool. Just the Super Indies. That's what it is. We already know what it is. So, was an awesome show. See you, my dude. Yes. Where's the chat at? Nick Wayne's mom can give me a stink face. Okay, Jesus Christ, guys. So now Mariah May and Tony Storm are coming out with Luther. So here's Jericho.
Hey, Winnipeg, Chris Jericho here. It's going to be a big game tonight, and I can tell that the Jets are going to win because I'm here, and the Jets won't let me down. The Jets have never let me down. Super excited for my first whiteout, even though I'm wearing black for now. There's my white. There it is. See? Brand new Jericho Jets jersey. See? I told you it was. I'll be putting this on. We're going to go crazy. We're going to win tonight. Go, Jets, go! See you soon.
That's awesome, man. Good for Jericho, holding it down, trying to do his thing. Deeb comes out with a flag for Deeb Dojo. Gets fireworks. Mariah May is mighty fine. Yeah, so I don't know. That was a cute little video. I just wanted to play for you guys, before we get into the more serious stuff. I know you guys already see the stuff in here. Yeah, so we talked about Cody Rhodes and that TNT. You remember the old orange TNT title? Damn, that was some stuff. Yeah, so that's Meltzer. Yeah, I can't fully play this. Awful Wrestling made this. He was just on the show, actually. I should have played it while he was here, but it's called AEW Paid in Fool. I should be able to play it.
We've always had that confident look on her face.
They fucking jerked him, man.
Oh, yeah, no, Serena definitely has that confidence. You need that to be successful. She has enough experience to do that. Nice 2-on-1 with wrist control. Good.
I don't know what to do. Hey, don't, man. Still naked out here, B. They're killing my little man, B, on social media.
On social media.
I'm about to be on some real murder shit, hey. I'm telling you, man. It that ever looked at me wrong owes me money or ever said any jealous bullshit about me is.
I gotta pause. I don't want to get pulled by like whoever owns this movie, but like just his little ad libs, awful on social media. This shit is hilarious.
Fucking dead. You understand what the fuck I'm saying? Hey, they're fucking dead, man. Give a fuck about nothing, man. But I need my little man back, B. Man, I can't function. It's in the bag, you know what I mean? All right. You understand? And let me know. Go and get him.
Yeah, it's just a little video. I don't know. It's just so funny how he jumps in that one part on social media. Fucking brilliant. That's what the internet's all about right there. So we're not going to get to this doc this time. So it'll be the next live show. We'll also have Hogan in the title. But again, Deeb and Mariah May, they're just going awfully too long. I'm just disinterested, man. Am I wrong? Am I a bad guy? I don't know. I like Deeb. I do. But I got to bring this up or else my title would be lying. So Hulk Hogan, he recently, we're going to watch the doc another time. I promise. It's just like, it's long, but like we're going to EFAP it together and beige frequencies the shit. And I want to open up a new world to you guys. I try to bring you guys other shit I'm into like Red Bar and stuff like that. So this is per the 700 Club via Cultaholic says Hulk Hogan has claimed that he received a voice message from Roddy Piper 2 days after he died. Well, it was a voice message, dude. This text message came in 2 days after he died, BG, and it goes, "I'm just loving you, my brother. Just walking with Jesus and loving you, my brother. I was like, I was like, he would have never said that when he was here. Okay, so Hogan previously told this story on an episode of WWE Legends and even played the audio of Piper's fucking Matt. I was going to call him a liar. So Phil Marks, dummy moment of the week. You guys know, if you guys are like OG fans, we did like a Hogan video, or fans, listeners rather. I don't like that word. So we did a clip like way back in the day, and Hogan we got so much heat from people just talking shit to me, being like, oh, you're defending Hulk Hogan and all this shit. He's lied about this, and that, because we were like, oh, he's just working the gimmick, bro. He's on Joe Rogan or whatever. He's just working. And so I was going to say he brought a receipt. I don't know. Is that legit? That could be a voice. That could be audio. He didn't play it off his phone, so that could be like a message he had in like stored away from previously. But I don't know. I thought that was going to be some lie because he was trending over this. And I was like, oh, this dude last week put out a Hogan Lies video and it's unrelated, but Hogan's just lying again. So how perfect. So we'll EFAP that next show. I promise. We'll do the next one. Maybe we'll just do a special where we just do that quickly and I'll pop on like a Monday or some shit. We'll just EFAP it together or something. But either way, Hogan just came with a receipt. So I guess that's a Phil Marks dumb moment of the week because that motherfucker. Yeah. And I like to react live on the show with you guys. So there you go. But we do have videos of him telling fibs, and I'm a Hulk Hogan fan. He works the gimmick, but he has told some lies that are like pretty crazy that involve like kids who perished and things like that, where it's like, okay, bro, you definitely need to chill. So yeah, that was there you go, I guess. So I want to talk about Dave in a bit. We're going to talk about Tony Khan. The reason being is because we do every single show, and they said some wild out shit. I'm going to talk about also Patrick Mahomes, which turns into all that. But first, I want to talk about The Rock. I want to get the stream to 100. There better be 100 likes on the stream. We're at 90 likes. So 10 of you, there's 140 of you watching. Okay, so some of you guys just need to go hit that like really quick. And we're going to talk about The Rock, bro. Like he does some weird shit apparently and is pissing off Hollywood. Is this a work? Is this a shoot? We don't know. Also, Dax Harwood has been beefing with Eric Bischoff. You guys want to talk about that? I do. I'm blocked by Dax Harwood, though. I think someone screen grabbed it and tagged me in it. But Tony Khan, people are saying we need like a Tony Khan theme as well, you know, for like a Tony Khan dumb moment because we keep whipping it out. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to overplay it. But it's definitely like he may just get lumped in along with Brian Alvarez because after like 1 week, Brian Alvarez just got lumped in with because, hey, the website's Wrestling Observer and Figure 4 Online. So ultimately, at the end of the day, and yeah, we got a lot of Dave stuff. So before that, though, we were talking about, or no. I'm gonna put that all in with the Tony Khan stuff. So Powerhouse Hobbs, though, per Fightful Select, shout out Fightful, says Powerhouse Hobbs' injury is significant and he isn't expected back anytime soon. Goddamn, that is not good. And then I saw Powerhouse Hobbs. I didn't bookmark it, which is what I was just looking for. If you guys couldn't tell, I was looking for I couldn't find it because I thought I bookmarked it. But he was like snapping on someone saying because somebody's like, you know, Hobbs is a fumble talent. He has a long list of injuries and da-da-da. And then Hobbs in all caps was like, stupid hoe, list the fucking injuries. And it's like, all right, dude. But he is hurt. So that's unfortunate. You know what I mean? That is very, very, very unfortunate. Because again, he's like a guy that they give different gimmicks, different factions. They try and push him. Again, this Mariah May Deeb match is going forever. Hobbs wouldn't be hurt if he wasn't wrestling forever or just in squashes. Like, you got to have just squashes and then also mix in like some character work and then actually follow through with it, have him maybe squash a higher up or mid-card guy like a few times, or get him involved to where he's like focused on like the world title, but then something distracts him from that, and we're like telling the story every week and building him up and maybe giving him a mouthpiece or whatever. But instead of that, he's just doing long ass matches with like fucking Jericho and hurting himself and shit, and Wardlow's getting injured every fucking 8 months because they're just doing too much. So things, as much as we hope things get different here at PWT, especially with AEW, with how optimistic I am about it, the same amount things stay the same. Serena Deeb, sorry, I'm a little distracted, got the Canadian maple leaf, if you will, the single leg Boston crab on Mariah May, and it's just like tap her out because we already know what's going to happen. Yeah, we're almost at 3K subs as well on the channel, so if you're not subscribed, do it, please and thank you. I would appreciate that. So shout out Will Hobbs, though. Love Will Hobbs. Speaking of other talent and Fightful, shout out Fightful Select exclusive. Says Camille has signed with AEW. Details are up on Select for subscribers. She signed months and months ago. I told y'all this. It was obvious, though, because where would give her the part-time to allow her to do acting? It was out there. She said it straight up. She said it. She's doing acting and stunt work and stuff. Did she say it? I think she said it. I'm pretty certain of that. But it's definitely a thing for sure that I know. She wants to do stunt work and acting, and so AEW will give her the part-time schedule to do that while still giving her a living to wrestle, and good for them. But I hope she doesn't look at Deonna Purrazzo, not shitting on Purrazzo, but she came in, actually had momentum, and then they just brought Mercedes in, sort of overshadowed her. Now she's kind of turning heel. I don't fucking know. But the women's division, Tony does not know how to book women. He doesn't know what appeals to women. As far as like what you can do with women's storylines. If you watch NXT, you know what I'm trying to say when I say that. Like there's a way to cater to that audience that people like Shawn Michaels know how to fucking do really, really well. But shout out Camille again, Brickhouse. She's the shit. Excited for her. If they book her right, she could be like Jade Cargill again, but then again, they had a Jade Cargill and they lost her, so it's just like I don't fucking know. She was already in AEW a little bit before, but that was brief. Like she was representing NWA. But shout her out, man. Shout her out, because lots of shout outs tonight. I'm watching this promo here with Kyle O'Reilly and Renee Paquette. But I don't know. Camille is like, I really was hoping she'd go to NXT, but she was like, and she signed months ago and said, I'll announce who I signed with soon. And then Fightful's like, well, she's with AEW all these months later. And it's like, everyone already knew that. Because if it was WWE, she wouldn't be saying that, and she would have just debuted there. But they had Jade coming in, so is there room for a Camille, Okay. Kenny Omega's coming out. I'm going to turn this up, chat. We're listening to this. Chat. Crispin/chat. Can you hear this? Let me know. Guys, we're at 97 likes. 3 of you liked the video. 3 of you go and like that video if you haven't. You can hear a little. Yeah, it's Justin Roberts. I can hear someone yelling. Yeah, that's Justin Roberts, bro. Okay. So he's out here in a suit. He's looking very executive-y. I would say the Swerve. I would say this is the Swerve Strickland, if you will. Just kidding. But this is the Swerve to make it seem like he'll side with the Elite, then he won't.
action here in Winnipeg for the hometown cast and the hometown boy. Kenny Omega was fired from the Elite by Matthew Nicholas Jackson. He's effectively replaced.
Fired. Okay, so now they're just explaining Excalibur's like, yeah, he's fired from the Elite. And it's just like, all right, when the fuck did that happen?
Everyone is standing. You guys are making this tough on me. I've never been good at this sort of stuff.
Welcome home. Welcome home. They're chanting welcome home. Yeah, we're hearing. We're listening, pardon me. No, you got to hear, though, too. You can't just listen. You got to hear. You got to listen and hear. That's right.
This sort of stuff. Talking about injuries.
Getting all hippie.
Weakness.
Injury, sickness, weakness.
A few months back, I was diagnosed with diverticulitis.
It's fucked up, bro.
I'll spare you the gory details in case you don't know what that is. But after spending 10 days in the hospital, the doctors told me, Kenny, you're one of the lucky ones.
Yep.
You were 24 hours away from dying.
Oh, shit.
So to that I said, cool story, Doc. Can you patch me up and send me back to Dynamite? He said, Kenny, it's not that simple.
Big body, Kenny.
We need to get what's in you out of you. And if we cut you open now, we're going to have to fillet you open.
Okay, come on. We're going to have to cut you open.
For 6 months.
Fillet you.
12 months.
You're going to have to shit in a bag. Hey, that's my gimmick, Kenny. Hey, shitting in public? That's I'm so sorry, guys. I'm fucked.
He said, that's fine. But for the rest of your life, you're going to have a ticking time bomb right here. Where you might not know where, when, or why, but you might just one day wake up in the hospital having the surgery done to you anyway. Any sort of blunt force trauma to the stomach could kill you.
So Marv said they should have booped him in the stomach because he's talking about all of the Omega to WWE confirmed.
I can't lie. I had to stop.
Damn, Kenny's getting emotional. We'll see. Don't worry. We're going back into Phil Mark's bookmarks. Don't worry. We're going back in. I just had to pull them down. I'm just trying to get organized a little bit while I'm watching and listening. We're listening to Kenny, guys. He's scared.
I felt pathetic. I felt like a coward.
He's saying he felt pathetic and like a coward. He can't take any trauma to his stomach.
Today, this whole thing was to come out and explain to you that I had to retire.
He might have to retire.
And then I did something. I turned on AEW for the first time the other day, and I watched Dynasty. Anyone watch Dynasty?
Yeah, we watched Dynasty. Yeah.
Make history. I saw Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson put on one of the greatest matches I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know about all that. He just put over Ospreay and Danielson as one of the greatest matches he's seen in his life.
I wish I could say I was happy, but when I look back down, my hands were shaking again. And the tremors got worse. I thought, wait a minute. Am I really scared of being a wrestler?
Now he's saying he's like, oh, I had tremors, and am I scared of being a wrestler?
And I heard the call from Justin Roberts, and I heard each and every one of you chanting my name, Justin.
Yeah, this is a great Kenny promo, dude.
Something very important. Yes, I was scared, but that's life. We're all scared of something. The reason why I was shaking is because I was going through withdrawal.
He was going through withdrawals, folks.
I needed to be back in this ring. I needed to be back in this ring more than I wanted to breathe. Living is being in this ring. Being called the best is what fueled me. And it hurt. And it hurt me.
It hurt him.
And I hated it. That all the best shows, the best pay-per-views, the best wrestlers on the planet are in the
AEW wrestlers be like, I'm going to shit and fart and die in this ring for the business. That's hilarious. So Kenny, sorry guys, I'm just listening to Kenny here, guys. I don't mean to not chat you up. Let me chat you up. So Kenny Omega, he's not retiring, but let me tell you, if he were, I could sell you some retirement funds, some life insurance. I'm Conrad Thompson. And bag or no bag.
You guys aren't done with Kenny Omega yet. I made a mission statement to change.
Bag or no bag.
And that brings me on to the second piece of business.
He's like, bag or no bag. I'm going to be here wrestling. He's like, speaking of colostomy bags, we're going to talk about 2 shit bags. Calling out the Bucks. Let's go. I called it.
Yourselves more than you've embarrassed yourselves ever before in the past.
And it rolled over, right? Like Dynamite should end right now. This is into Rampage, correct? Called it.
Is that there's also one other EVP. I may be fired from the elite, but you can't fire me as an EVP.
Oh shit, so he's an EVP. He's fired from the elite, but not as an EVP.
A part of the power in this company belongs to the best bout machine.
So it's like a Ric Flair power struggle. Ric Flair's taking over the company. Oh, Okada's coming out. Okay. So I was right at the top. Predicted the whole show. So you can tell why, like, you watch this shit sometimes and you're like, fuck. You're like, God damn it. I predicted everything. Just in my brain, and then now I just speak it on PWT to you guys because it's funnier that way. Derek Hand says, if all time for this to censor, they do it there. No, don't do it there because no one else said shit on the show. You get away with one shit a show. Oh, Cody, yeah, oh, Cody from that's what Cornette calls him. Yeah, oh, Cody, that's funny. Chat's undefeated. Yeah. Shout out everybody who stuck around to watch Dynamite Soul live show. Make sure you hit the like, man. We got to get to at least 100 likes. We're gonna talk about The Rock. I got one more Cody Rhodes thing. Cody Rhodes has been the through line, if you will. Okay, we're at 104 likes, so I'll stop bugging you guys. But yeah, we got The Rock is like, I don't know, doing Vince's gimmick. Oh shit, dude, they're having a Yakuza showdown.
The Rainmaker, the best bout machine. It's funny, we had a bit of a rivalry over in New Japan. What do you say? Give me a couple months. I'll settle it right here in an AEW ring.
All in Kenny Omega Okada. That's what's going to happen. One neckbeard tried to chant 7 stars. What a fucking goof.
The best bout machine now.
Yeah, Kenny's great on the mic right now. He that was awesome. Okada was great right there too. Let's be real. We're not gonna bury this just because it was a slog to get here. He hit him in the hand with headshots with chairs to random jobbers.
to the jaw of Jack Perry. Kenny needs to be careful here as well, guys. Remember what he said. Not first try.
Kenny's gonna kill Jack. Kenny's gonna become CM Punk for the company. It might be genius. Like if they turn, like, look, like his, he wouldn't do that if he, trust me, he's healthy, guys. He wouldn't do that if he couldn't. Now it's like the whole, like the, you know, his stomach could burst every match. Bro, they're doing something here. You know, it's Jack Perry though. That's where it's like, fuck. It's like, come on. But if they turn him into like the defender, like I told you guys, it has to be MJF. Kenny, I didn't think was healthy, but he is healthy. Clearly, he wouldn't be doing this shit if he wasn't. But a couple months just because he's gonna slow down his schedule. Like he's not gonna be. Can't wrestle every week. Oh, see that? Then you put all this heat on Perry as a Weasley little shit. I'm not yeah. And then look, the Bucks are attached to him here, but they're gonna fight him. It's crazy how much cooler Omega seems when the Bucks aren't attached to him. Yeah. You about to see it. Yeah, they're going to super kick the shit out of Kenny Omega here. What are they going to do? Yeah, they're going to BTE trigger him. We know the way they're setting it up, but this is good though. They're milking it. They're not rushing it. They're selling. They're trying to tell the story. I'm going to put over all the stuff like we know what's going to happen. It's all sort of like, yeah, we kicked Punk out of the company. They're like turning that into a beat of the story. Like trying to, you know, they're trying to. And like, I appreciate the effort, you know, but it's, yeah, I mean, was this the greatest Dynamite on it? No, I'm not phoning home about this Dynamite. FTR saves him. So see, Kenny, they've like inserted Kenny as like the CM Punk. This is actually kind of smart. Like whoever the fuck told them to do this, Tony Khan's listening to somebody for sure now. Like there's got to be somebody he's listening to. Not when he's saying Harvey Weinstein, but when he's doing like, because somebody had to tell him like you have to get involved, unless it was his dream, which it probably was. But see, they're inserting Kenny with FTR, so it's I get what they're doing. It's kind of smart. It's like you have it's like season 2 of now it's Rampage officially. That was the overrun, even though it's the same. But like you have a TV show, right? The one of the main characters changes between seasons, like the actors, or like just look at Power Rangers, like the whole ass Red Ranger, Jason and Rocky DeSantos or whatever. You got to get the other guy over. You got to kind of insert them in that role. That's what they're doing with Kenny and Punk. I appreciate it to a degree. Yeah, they're booing them. So Rampage starts. You have all these people on screen, and then it'll just be a bunch of long bullshit ass matches. So we're gonna dive into Phil Mark's bookmarks while Rampage is going on. And so he's selling his gut, though, dude. He's selling. Oh, he could be injured. So, like, there we go. Kenny is sacrificing himself. They attacked him. Those were supposed to be his boys. His belly's bursting. Kenny gets stretched. Pause. Kenny gets stretched. Omega and Cash Wheeler teaming up because they both have gigantic ass. Oh my god. Yo, chill. Hey, bro, compared to AEW. Yeah, exactly. Bro, compared to AEW to Power Rangers. Yeah, that's what it's come to, folks. Okay, I'm trying. Everybody wants to say Pro Wrestle Times. You're just an AEW hate podcast, bro. I'm trying harder out here than anybody, bro. I don't know how these motherfuckers do it. I don't know how these accounts do it, bro. I don't know how they do it with a like you know what I mean? So I don't know. You tune in a Rampage, Kenny's getting wheeled off. Why wouldn't you be watching Dynamite before somebody came on the channel looking to watch Avengers or some shit? And it's fucking Rampage. Oh my god. Yeah, so then they just replay what just happened. Okay, it was the overrun. That just 100% proves he listens to all these podcasts. WWE's Power Rangers, WWE, AEW's VR Troopers. Kenny got attacked. Yeah, the Elite attacked him, and oh, they're beating him up backstage. Here's a good. Okay, the top of the hour. People are tuning in to see Avengers, so now they get to see all these guys fight. Okay, but Okada's doing European uppercuts to a guy backstage in a fight. Could someone teach this guy how to brawl American style? What the fuck was that? You're in Canada, bro. You're in fucking Winnipeg. They fucking throw down. Like, come on, man. People throw down for fun. You throw down playing hockey every fucking day. This guy's throwing European uppercuts in a backstage brawl. Like, just fucking fight him. Come on. I will give Phil credit. He really tries to like AEW, treats it like his kid who keeps getting home with bad report guys. Right? You know, like I'm trying, bro. I'm out here batting for wrestling. No, because I do see the benefits, but the negatives can sometimes outweigh the benefits. And especially when they don't focus on what they're doing. Like they're at least dude. If you aren't watching the show, tune in or watch the clips because you know they're trying. Like they're trying with this. They just beat down Kenny like his stomach's burst. The Elite turned on him, everything. So we're gonna get FTR and Omega versus Perry and the Elite, and they tried to combine the brawl out with the brawl in or whatever. They tried to combine brawl out with brawl in and turn it into sort of mix it where it's still them who are you got to be rooting for. I don't know. I'll give them some credit for trying, definitely. So the Guns come out with Jay White, and they just look phenomenal. Their entrance is great. They got all these belts that they don't need 9 belts. Wait a minute. And so what's that other belt Jay White has? So here, they have 3. Guys, I literally predicted it. I literally called it, guys. I told you they're going to have 12 tag titles. Each gun has 3 belts each. Or like, do you understand what I'm saying? Jay White and both of the Guns each have 3 belts. What the fuck? I said that as a joke. I said it as a joke, and it's real. What the fuck, man? That's and then, oh my god. Okay, whatever. AEW is gonna AEW, I guess. Oh my god, how does that get them over anymore? Giving them more belts. Why don't you make yours the most prestigious? Make those other guys fight for a shot at yours. Or have your guys absorb all of them and just put that other shit out of business. Here's a Cody Rhodes little tidbit. So Cody Rhodes said a long-term goal for me is I would like to be the most profitable talent that WWE has ever had. And I know who hangs in that group. You know, your Austin 316s, your Hustle, Loyalty, Respect, your John Cena's. I know what I've been doing, and I know the length that I have to keep doing this for this goal to become a reality. And I just tweeted out, yo, why does Cody care about the ratings? Why does Cody care about the numbers? Why does he care about being the top merch seller? Why does he care about the tickets sold? Why does he care about being the biggest ever? Because you see all these AEW stands on the fucking IWC. Sorry, we'll call them the IWC freaks. They will say, like, oh, who cares about graphs and ratings? And oh yeah, let's just talk about graphs and ratings. Yeah, dude. You know why? Because it's an important part. It's how you measure who's doing what in this business. It's always been that way. And like, I don't know, man. Yes, you can enjoy athletic shit in front of no one, and it's just like on your way up, sure, you know, but there comes a point where like you got to stop. As Awful came in, called me out on my shit, and he's like, dude, this is 16,000 seater. So like they got fucking 4,000 people in there. That's trash. And I'm like, damn, I thought they were running a smaller building. Because they did pack, like, I don't know what they did. They just like curtained off all the top like area probably. You know, it's hard to know like how they set it up if you haven't been in a building. But anyways, am I sharing the screen? I got Cody Rhodes. And yeah, he wants to be the top fucking draw, and that's why he's not in the company. They fucking like bullied him out of his own shit that was only like legitimate because of him. So with that being said, though, The Rock, man, Rocky Maivia. There is a new report from The Wrap. They stated that The Rock's chronic lateness and lack of professionalism caused Amazon MGM's upcoming movie Red One to go over budget, with a final budget exceeding $250 million. Oh, that's a Tuesday for me. It's great. Johnson was late an average of 7 to 8 hours per day and missed several entire days of production, ballooning costs by at least $50 million, according to 3 insiders who insisted on anonymity for fear of being fired. And here's a picture of him with the belt. That's the picture The Wire chose, is him holding the final boss belt. Now, is this a work or is this a fucking shoot? Like, is he really showing up late? Now, apparently Ryan Reynolds confronted him. My whole thing is like, oh, they insist on staying anonymous. Or is this The Rock saying, leak this shit out, and then I'll work it into gimmick, like I'll work it into the Netflix shit. When I come back, I'll work, like, or is that being too Alex Jones? You know, like, what do you guys think, chat? Like, is it possible that he's going, yeah, just make some bullshit and say anonymous, only dumb fucks will believe it, and then I'll work this, because there's apparently like feuds with him and Vin Diesel too, so it's like this all can't be fake. Some of it's got to be real, you know, as well. So is it diva shit? I don't know, but is it him being busy with UFL and WWE and all? Because dude, he's sending Drew McIntyre, you know, he's fucking helping sign deals and wheel and deal, and obviously he's just gonna, like, the WWE and TKO, that's his like fallback. At the end of the day, he can stop doing everything he's doing and just do that and be fine. So do you guys think it's a work or what? Like, Ryan Reynolds is I mean, there isn't, he won't sign on to a movie if he has to do a fight scenes where he loses too. He's kind of diva. Yeah, see, I didn't know about that. I was going to go with Food Network, but their comedy act after AI. If he's routinely showing up 8 hours late, then maybe he just wants to do the movie. Just fire him, LOL. Yeah, it's a shoot. Yeah, I would agree too. He apparently got confronted by Ryan Reynolds, and then so here's like Chris Evans, though. So they just did this movie before, but so this is like the other movie. Hold on. Red One. Is this the current one? I don't know, but yeah, him and Chris Evans. Is this from the one that's upcoming? I don't know. Didn't he just do a movie with somebody on fucking Netflix with like Gal Gadot and all that? I don't know. But either way, The Rock was allegedly constantly 7 to 8 hours late, costed them around $50 million. People who previously worked with The Rock says he pees into water bottles to save time, which has upset crew members. So first off, just go pee in a bush. Say, hey, park my trailer next to a tree and just fucking pee in a tree, like while you're on set, instead of running all the way to a bathroom. Oh, let me just pee in a bottle. Like, where are you on set where you guys can't just like give him a bucket or like a patch of grass or something to just go, I don't know, build a little wall next to like a little patch of grass and just have him piss. But yeah, pissing in bottles is weird, and just leaving them Like, I mean, I've pissed in a bottle like on a road trip before for sure. I'm not going to be like, oh, I've never pissed in a bottle, but like pissed in a bottle at work and like, hey, I'm 8 hours late. Hey, real quick, I couldn't make the bathroom. Let me piss in this bottle. Final boss. Can you smell what I'm cooking? Can you smell what I'm pissing, dude? Like, I don't know. I don't know what's up with all that. So if that's real, because at first I was like, yo, I think it's kind of a work. But then the pee in the bottles was like, okay, no, this has got to be a shoot. There's no way this is like, you know, people had to have dealt with piss bottles before. They're not just going to say that shit. So WWE have refuted, though, a new report. So this is Dave Meltzer. This isn't dumb moment of the week. We're just going to quote Observer here. We'll get to Dave in a minute, but WWE have refuted a new report from The Wrap, which states The Rock was 3 hours late ahead of his WrestleMania 40 Night 1 main event match. WWE, so in the report, they also said, yeah, he was even late for WrestleMania. WWE's Executive Vice President for Talent Relations and Head of Communications, Chris Lagentil, responded to the claim saying Dwayne was not only on time for WrestleMania, he was hours early to help with rehearsal and a pleasure to work with through the entire run. See, I'm inclined to believe that. But even if he's 3 hours late, like he's the fucking Rock, he was training with Gallus. We all saw the pictures. Like, I'm not going to say like, oh, it's diva, like let divas be divas and all that. But it's just like at some point, if The Rock wasn't there, it wouldn't have been what it fucking was. So if he's going to be 3 hours late, let him be fucking 3 hours late, I guess. But who knows? The Observer taking a W for at least saying, you know, WWE refuted what The Wrap said. And at least because you know them, you know Dave would love to run with this and talk shit about all that. But so shout them out for that, I guess. I'm shouting out all the people. I'm shouting out everyone all the dirt sheets this week. And so Tony Khan, though, okay? Or no, hold on. Celebrity. Wait, chat. Let me ask you this. Ryan Reynolds or The Rock, who wins in a fight? Someone would pay good money to sit in a bucket and get peed on, but that's what I mean. There's some fucking freak out there who'd open their mouth, let him piss right in their mouth all day. So it's like, it's crazy to me that he's peeing in bottles. Like, you could figure this out. Remember when Steve-O dressed like a urinal on Jackass or whatever? There's somebody who would do that 100%. Yeah, Rocky would whoop Ryan Reynolds' ass probably in a shoot. But yeah, he confronted him apparently. So speaking of like stars and all of that, you know, and Tony Khan, he went on this meltdown rampage. And he started talking about like, oh, fucking Harvey Weinstein at the NFL draft and all of this. So here's Dave Meltzer on that. And we'll get into Tony Khan. But basically, it's time for everybody's favorite moment. And it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week. So Dave Meltzer, you know, he can't help himself. So we're going to paint I'm going to give you guys a little hilarious scenario here. And it starts with WWE, and it starts with Logan Paul and Patrick Mahomes, or Mahomes, as Dave Meltzer calls him, which we'll get into in a second. The reason behind, so this is according to Wrestling Observer, Dave Meltzer specifically, the reason behind 3-time Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes being booked as a heel on last night's WWE Raw has been revealed. WWE did not book like this segment, whatever. It was a sponsored segment. That's why Patrick Mahomes was there, because Patrick Mahomes is a part of the Prime like energy drink that you know, like that Logan Paul is a part of. So they basically sponsored the segment, and they wanted Logan Paul and Patrick Mahomes to work together in an angle. Everyone's going, why would Patrick Mahomes guys, it's Patrick Mahomes, but I'm building here. Why would Patrick Mahomes be booked as a heel in Kansas City? WWE is so incredibly stupid. But in fact, it was not WWE being stupid. It was something that the sponsors basically put together. So I love how he's calling WWE, they're very stupid. So here's Dave Meltzer calling him Patrick Mahomes. Here's Dave calling everyone dumb. The dumb WWE dum-dums. And here's Dave Meltzer.
And some people were bringing up, like, this makes no sense. Because Patrick Mahomes was a total heel on the show, even though he's a babyface. But the reason behind it was because WWE did not book the segment. This was actually a segment that it was a sponsored segment. That's why Patrick Mahomes was there, because Patrick Mahomes is part of the
Patrick Mahomes
Prime Energy drink that Logan Paul is also part of. So they basically sponsored the segment, and they wanted Logan Paul and Patrick Mahomes to work
Patrick Mahomes. He's Puerto Rican now.
together in an angle. And that's why, like, everyone's going like, why would Patrick Mahomes be booked as a heel in Kansas City? WWE is so incredibly stupid.
Yeah.
But in fact,
So dumb,
it was
Dave.
not WWE being stupid. It was something that
In fact, it wasn't them being stupid. In fact, it was me. Patrick Mahomes. I want a fucking Patrick Mahomes jersey, dude. That's fucking hilarious. Oh my God, dude. Dave just he can't help himself. So Dave continue, he's talking out of his ass here. We covered it before. The NBA playoff lead and boost AEW Collision to their best ratings of 2024. We covered it with the downhill ski. Like it was people turning the goddamn television off when the game ended. They thought it was going to translate into viewership for Swerve. It didn't. So we continue along, speaking about free agents and other talent, because Tony Khan is always looking to sign free agents and whatnot. Sorry, this is actually Tony Khan. We're going to circle around, but so sorry. So here we go. Dave Meltzer on Cody Rhodes. Sorry, we were talking about Cody Rhodes before. We're gonna group all of the Tony stuff at the end. Don't worry, guys. So update on Cody Rhodes after selling his shoulder during his match on WWE SmackDown with Carmelo Hayes. He's not listed as injured. They never mentioned it on TV, so it's not a worked injury either. It's not like some story. So listen to what Dave's saying here, you guys. He's not listed as injured. It wasn't mentioned on TV, so it's not a worked injury either. It's not like a storyline because it was never mentioned. I was told that it's not listed as an injury, a real injury, so whatever it was, it might just be something minor. It might be nothing at all. It's probably nothing significant. So he just said every single thing right there, dude. He just said it's an injury, but it's not an injury, but it might be an injury, but I think it's an injury, but I was told it wasn't an injury, but
this is great.
It's so fucking stupid. I don't know how he gets away with this, guys. You can give me $12.99, not Dave fucking Meltzer, okay? I say this all the time. This is fucking crazy. He said every single possible thing. What I think it's a work, and they just work dummies like fucking Dave into going like, oh yeah, well they didn't say it on TV. It's as easy as Triple H going, yeah, don't bring it up on TV, make it seem real. Like what the fuck? It's that simple, dude. Dave is just so old and out of touch. He doesn't understand really how this shit, how this shit is digested and how we view it anymore. And it's kind of sad, really. So basically, we have Dave Scherer, who we've been covering, has been going after Dave Meltzer quite frequently here after Dave sort of lied about him. And then Dave Scherer said, you know what, gloves fucking off, whatever. And so here's him responding to Dave Meltzer. So at Raven 1220 says the grind comment was unfair. So this is in response to the Osprey thing, and they're all still arguing about this. Like, who cares? I'm over the Osprey Triple H shit. Who cares? But the grind comment was unfair. Come on, Dave. It's too early in the day to be this hilarious. And so Dave Meltzer comes in with some schmarmy shit. I've explained that one to death, written it as well. Please explain your viewpoint. It was a total sour grapes reaction to losing out on someone because you promised WrestleMania less money, more dates, and a worse family life, and they didn't choose WrestleMania over the rest. Like, look at what day, like, God damn it, man. Because you promised WrestleMania less money, more dates, and a worse family life. Like it's death. Like it would have been death. Or Osprey could go there and become a fucking household name. Like, dude, yeah, it's literally the grind. That's the grind of WWE. Yeah, everyone has to go through that. Yes, Osprey earned his whatever they were willing to offer him, but that's what they valued him at, Dave. So it's not sour grapes. because then they just signed Tamatonga. They just signed this guy. That like WWE doesn't like if. Listen, this is what it is, right? It even goes up to the top with CM Punk. If CM Punk came back to WWE, great. If he didn't, they wouldn't have given a fuck. They wouldn't have given a fuck. It would have just been Seth and Drew anyways. Now, is it awesome that we have Punk tied into all that? But it's just such cope, man. And then Dave goes on to say, and in both cases, they agreed to more of a travel grind than anyone in WWE has agreed to. No, that's not true. That's not true. Flying first class or in a private jet back and forth from the UK once a week or 3 times a week or twice. I mean, pardon me, 3 times a month or once a week every month or 3 times a month or 2 times a month. That's not nowhere near a grind, bro, compared to what anyone in WWE is doing. I don't give a fuck. So they should stop coping over it. Like, whatever. You got body. Like, it made Ospreay look bad. He looked fucking silly. And so Dave Scherer responds, Will Ospreay is my new best friend. Translation, Will Ospreay is my new best friend, and he tells me everything. We do sleepovers together, and we are going to do double date to the prom if he finds me a date. I can't let the mean Triple H speak about him. Tony Khan is the final bozo. Meltzer is the semi-final bozo. Oh, man, just bodied his ass. And so Brian Alvarez, of course, you know, like Tony Khan, we talked about it. He made the Harvey Weinstein, the Pepsi comments, all of that. And so Brian Alvarez hops into the mix and goes, it talks about the backstage reaction of both locker rooms, WWE and AEW. And so Brian Alvarez says, I talked to people in both companies, and I will say this about what he said. I can tell you from talking to people in AEW, obviously the WWE people thought it was ridiculous that he said it. But I heard people in AEW saying the same thing, a lot of it. When people in WWE and when people in AEW who have a lot of friends in WWE see Tony accusing the entire company is evil, we are battling an evil company, a lot of people take exception to that. The truth is in the middle. It is not only Vince, but it is certainly not the entire company. Yeah, it's terrible. So Brian Alvarez at least speaking neutrally about it and being at least somewhat real and saying, listen, real, you know, through his little schmarmy smile. But I don't know. Apparently people in WWE are not super happy about what he had to say, and who would be? Like, it was just a gross, weird thing to say. And when exactly you say like it's an evil juggernaut, and it's like, yeah, maybe Vince was, but he has nothing to do with the company. And not everybody there is like that. So just like stop being a fucking idiot and saying dumb shit. So at least Brian Alvarez was being like, you know, at least he was being somewhat real about that. So I want to get into the Tony Khan stuff. I think we're almost there. Let me see if there's any more Dave in these notes here. So Dave Meltzer says this is the most important year of AEW in AEW history. This contract. So this is a Dave Meltzer quote, right? And then we'll transition into Tony Khan here, which is hilarious. I think also though we do have yeah, we're going to read some Meltzer said what, then we'll transition to Tony Khan. But Dave says, this is the most important year of AEW. This contracts, whatever it is that they negotiate between now and probably September, October, November, whenever the deals are done, is the most important deals in the history of AEW. It is essentially after all these years and all this stuff that has been said by the backers, by the fans of AEW, by the people who wish AEW dead, by everyone. It all comes down to this year. So 2024, guys. And it all comes down to these deals. If these deals are successful deals, the TV deals, then everyone who said money mark and blah, 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 you're all wrong and he's right. Tony Khan. End of story. You're all wrong and he's right. If not, he doesn't get a deal and he's done, then they're all right and he's wrong. So Dave is just going off here saying, he's right and you're all wrong. Dave, he's not going to get as much money, and then you're still going to be like, well, he was right and you're all wrong. He lost 150 mil. If he doesn't get 150 mil or more, then it doesn't matter because he lost that much last year. And it's not that, you have to make money every single year to be successful. That's not at all what we're saying. What we are saying, though, is that 150 million lost. sank into all of this. The video game didn't make its money back. Nothing has made its money back. Shad Khan made his money back. That's it. So if this is the defining year, not off to a good start with these fucking houses and the way things are going. Just being real, dude. So if I was you, I wouldn't talk all this shit. This is why ultimately at the end of the day, AEW can't succeed, because they big up everything and overhype it to the point that it can't ever live up to the hype. And then they undervalue like other shit. Like they come up short. Do you know what I mean? Like it's, oh, if he gets the, like, you guys already know. It's just the mental gymnastics. So you can never live up to the expectations of these fickle fucking weirdos. And this is what, as Paul Nolan points out, the WWE filtered all of these types of fans out of their sort of bubble, if you will, or whatever. And sorry, you sickos. Billionaires get where they are by don't get where they are by being done with money. Not at all. Exactly. That's a great point, Derek Hans. Thank you for that. And so, yeah, Dave's just putting it all on the line, but it's like this might be one of their worst years, like financially. Let's be real about that. And yeah, so that concludes this week's or this day's whatever Dave Meltzer dumb moment of the week. So Tony Khan is who we were just talking about, and he did a little media rounds, his little media tours, and he responded to what's happened in the news and what everybody's saying about this and that. And so he shows up. This was him at Collision, I think, or Dynamite, whatever. Rampage, sorry. We see it here. This was last week. Here's him with Daniel Garcia after he supposedly broke his neck.
You're the man, Danny. Thank you very much.
Hey, at least he was trying to sell, guys. I mean, I'll give it an A+ forever. I'm just fucking with you. What an idiot. So just make it just a mockery, making a mockery. Punk said it best.
This place is a fucking joke, man. You're a clown. I quit. I said this.
Punk is fucking said it best. And so Tony Khan, he loves to sign free agents. So here's Tony Khan on signing free agents because he thinks free agents will save everything and blah blah blah. So Tony Khan is talking to TV Insider, and he says, we have a great roster in AEW. We have added a lot of talent this year. We've been fortunate to add big names to AEW to make the roster even better than it ever has been. We will continue to be active, bringing in the best names. AEW had a great start in 2024. Did it? It's only going to get better. We'll be active players in the free agency. When an opportunity arises, I can't do it. It's fucking, we have a big war chest in AEW. I think that free agency in pro wrestling is good for the fans and wrestlers alike. I agree with that. I think that's the biggest thing. I think that's the biggest compliment you can give AEW, that they make it interesting, but we just know when wrestlers go there that whatever they're going to do won't be interesting. So is it a W, Tony? I don't know. So speaking of free agents, and to tack on to what I just said, because this is the most important thing ever, right, is a free agent. Okay. So this is Tony Khan talking to Z100 with Josh Martinez. Shout them out, I guess. And one of the biggest free agents he ever signed is Adam Copeland, Edge, right? And he's out of there in like a year. He already kind of said it, like, oh, might retire. I only have this little bit of long. I told y'all it was like a 3-year fucking deal or whatever. I think, or it was like 2 years with or 3 years with an option or some shit like that. I can't remember. So, but either way, it's like Adam Copeland is such a great leader for AEW. So this is the guy who came out and just cut that little Punk promo. Like, is he a great leader? Is he there all the time? He probably motivates the back and encourages everybody. But I mean, at what cost? Who knows? Adam Copeland is such a great leader for AEW. He's a TNT champion, and having the Rated R superstar as a locker room leader is such a special thing for us. I think that Adam Copeland has been such a great champion for AEW and great leader. Thanks for re-saying the same sentence, Tony. I am also very grateful to have Adam Copeland, the Rated R superstar in AEW, every week. He keeps saying it. Yeah, quit saying the same thing. And really, this is the first time we've gone a week without seeing Adam in a long time. He's recovering from that mist and the great match we had last week at AEW Dynasty. So apparently they view him as a leader. All I'm telling you is that he's going to be out of there, man. It's not like he's going to be there like a long multi-year bunch of years. So, yeah, the Cope Open, it's just funny timing wise. And I don't know. He's a great leader, I guess, guys. You know what I mean? This fucking WWE icon right here that they do legends biographies about. Yeah, he on A&E for being in the WWE. Yeah, he's a great leader for AEW. That's good. And I'll never hate on Edge, but damn, they don't have their own guy, you know? Like if Edge returned to WWE tomorrow and Roman's there, like Roman's the leader, you know, the locker room. It's just the truth, bro. Like he's the top guy. So Tony Khan, speaking of not free agents or possible free agents, the bidding war of 2024, you know, everybody's asking, where's Britt Baker? So Tony Khan tells TV Insider, he comments on the absence of Omega, MJF, Britt Baker, and a lot of these AEW OGs, and teasing that some great stars will be returning soon. We can't wait to have the roster at full strength. Kenny Omega coming back to TV, even if he isn't 100%. So yeah, he's got to be cleared, or maybe stupid. I don't know, but you got to think Kenny's okay, or he wouldn't be doing chair shots to the gut. He's not. Anyways, just seeing him will be so great. There are a number of stars we'd love to have back. MJF, I'd love to get MJF back soon whenever possible. They never bring up the bidding war of 2024. That was the biggest flop possibly ever in the history of pro wrestling. Anyways, Britt Baker is another wrestler I'd love to have back. We've got some other great stars hopefully returning soon. So just basically nothing. Like we don't know when MJF's going to be back. We don't know when Britt Baker's going to be back. We don't know when any of these people are going to be back. They may never be back. No, I think they'll all be back. But these are the people who need to come get Kenny Omega's back. If there's like an invasion of AEW and the power struggle and all that, even though it's so corny because like we just had the Devils and all that. So they just stopped doing spooky stuff and hacking cameras and getting involved in the world title just because they lost a match or whatever. Like that whole Devil shit was the biggest fucking waste of time of all time, you know? Other free agents and returning stars and his friends. Tony Khan responds to Bill Goldberg, who we covered on the last show. Tony Khan says, reacts to Bill Goldberg calling AEW's product too cheesy and says, Bill Goldberg wanted to work here. Yeah, he wanted your money, Tony Khan, and he wanted a real opponent. Okay, he wanted something compelling. You offered nothing compelling. You gave him a bunch of hugs and offered him a bunch of money. And so he's like, well, I will work here, but I'm not trying to really work there. I need a locker to smash my head into, and I need my son to come in and I take his shirt off, and I need and you know, come on, I'm a tough guy. I need like a real Steven Regal to get in there. Okay, I met with Bill several times. Bill was looking to work here. His agent is like the guy like Jericho, like his agent makes a living off of fucking Tony Khan, is what is the joke Eric Bischoff made. So anyways, it's funny because I had a bunch of really nice meetings with Bill and would have honestly been interested in doing something. I have a lot of respect for Bill. I was surprised by that because that certainly wasn't what he said to me when he was talking to me about working here at some point, which I've always been open to, and I really like Bill. Well, at least Tony's staying classy. At least he didn't call him Harvey fucking Weinstein for saying what he said. What do you guys think that is with Goldberg, you know? I don't know what that is, man. Tell me in the chat or tell me in a comment or something. Like, what is that with him? I don't understand what that is. You know, like, why is he shitting on them all of a sudden? Going back to WWE or fuck, who knows? But speaking of the Harvey Weinstein stuff and all of that, Wrestling Observer, which this ties into the Tony thing, and we already talked about the Observer, but AEW President Tony Khan's much-discussed attack angle with Jack Perry and the Young Bucks was purposely booked to take place on last week's edition of Dynamite so that Khan can pull a publicity stunt for AEW and appear at the NFL Draft while wearing a neck brace. I just want to point that out because obviously it's what it was, but if the Observer's saying that's what it was, that means Tony told them that's what his plan was to do a straight-up like publicity stunt. So just the fact, like, I don't know, it just makes wrestling is like a series of publicity stunts almost, you know, but you got to time them correctly. And I don't know. I tried to be optimistic and put it over, but at the end of the day, I think it kind of, he just shouldn't have said anything about Harvey Weinstein, and I think it would have went over well, and this week would have went over well, but I honestly don't. What are the ratings going to be? 699,000? So for this, you know, for this episode. And yeah, and the last little bit here, Tony Khan's backstage reactions in WWE and AEW. Okay, so Brian Alvarez. Oh, we already talked about that. I talked to people in both companies, and I will say it didn't go over very well for either people, either sets, groups of people, rather, everybody. Basically, Tony Khan's a fucking idiot. We already knew that. I don't have music for Tony Khan. People are saying I need that. I don't have that. And so the last thing I wanted to cover here. So I'm blocked. It's tough for me, right? Because I'm fucking blocked, so I can't. But Uncle Dax FTR responded to something Eric Bischoff said, and he said, I know it's your gimmick, and the other guys pay you well to bury AEW. So meaning who? WWE? But checking out your timeline and all the Tony tweets and retweets, it looks very stalkerish. Netflix baby reindeer would do you a bit of good, my brother in Christ. So, like, what is up Dax's ass coping about? And then this guy's like, he blocked me for one cocaine joke. Yeah, dude, you don't make cocaine jokes to people, you know, like, it's offensive, you know, like, I'm not a fucking saint here myself, but it's like, yeah, you can't be shocked, right? Tony blocked Marv. He's like, yeah, I knew I had that guy, you know, he's like, I made a puppet of him, you know, like, come on. So Dax, though, he's just I don't know, man. He's really just, I think, trying to not get buried. He's in this big angle with Kenny. I think he just said, you know what? I'm going to ride it out here with AEW for the rest of my life. Maybe he's just like, I weighed out my options. Fuck it. You know, maybe still is hurt over whatever happened with him and Paul Heyman. But then Bischoff responds and says the chunky little monkey that studies my timeline. That's weird. And yeah, so why are you studying his timeline? Plus also Bischoff, like, fucking Dax said it before. I study and take things from your podcast and blah, 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 blah. So it's weird that he's like talking about old head podcasters. We covered it on the other show, and it's like he's taking shots at Cornette and Bischoff seemingly, and it seems really weird, man. I don't, you know, especially because these are the type of people who put him over. But yeah, like I said, he dug his feet in the ground, and he's just like, I'm gonna stand on my business with AEW, and that's fine. I'll never be mad at that. And so, okay, Eric Bischoff, I wanted to read, pardon me, because so he just went ballistic basically. So I didn't bookmark them all because there was like 100 of them. But Bischoff was responding to like a bunch of people, and he just basically went off on FTR, shat all over Tony Khan. And yeah, I don't have any of them bookmarked though, unfortunately. I'm trying to scroll through his feed really quick and see if I can't pull any up. He just went off. He snapped. He was just like, fuck you, basically. Called him a little monkey, as you can see there. Yeah, he's got so much retweets. It was indeed my on. Hit me up when they can draw. That's the only thing that matters. So here, guys. Yeah, I got him right here. I knew I'd find it. I was like, it was such an epic meltdown. I didn't think I need to. So here we go. So Eric Bischoff is like, you know, there's people like, I'm probably blocked by this guy. Hit me up when they can draw. That's the only thing that matters. Oh, to Matt Kuhn music. So Matt Kuhn's responding. See, I'm blocked by Matt Kuhn. He fucking hates me. It was indeed my honor. Okay, sorry. Dax has really just let go at this point. Used to be such a respected wrestler, and not is an online AEW troll. Dax, out of all people. You're a grown man. Get off Tony's nuts. Eric says he can't. Nowhere else to go, and he knows it. So, hey, Eric Bischoff, why are weirdos constantly trying their hardest for an immature got him post against you? I notice how they desperately lower themselves to that, hoping it hides the facts you make. It's pathetic how some are at handling fair criticism. And yeah, he responds, it's a mountain. Lesser men dream of conquering. They try, they fail, I carry on. Dax, Tony has turned you into a jobber for his favorite toys, which is sad. Eric Bischoff retweets that. I know that's about as mid as it gets. They're the most over tag team in the company. I know that's about as mid as it gets. So Eric just went off burying Dax. Dax, a mediocre talent, that's ridiculous. Not when one thinks about it. He and his partner came to AEW because they didn't like the way they were being used. Now they are in AEW being pushed further down the roster by anyone who has ever been signed by WWE and comes to AEW. And they job to the Bucks. Oh shit. Shots fired at the Bucks. I think so. What happened to Dax? Honestly, he's someone who will benefit from not using social media as much, other than promoting AEW on TV. His social media has actually turned me off from liking FTR, who was once one of my highlights, to watching AEW on TV. Now he just gives the douche vibes. I think he's beginning to manifest symptoms of imposter syndrome. He knows deep down he is on the lower end of the fringe of mediocre talent, so he flails away trying to hold on. Have compassion for him, soft. So the narrative of like him being soft as well, everyone's like soft as baby shit. Dax, Tony and Dave Meltzer openly text each other during AEW shows. There's a move by your computer or by your company's EVP's name, sorry, dyslexic, the Meltzer driver, and you're the one calling out the other company, paying them to show. Bischoff says, be gentle with him, soft. Bischoff goes on, don't be so hard on him. He's as mid can get. He knows it. He's flailing away, trying to prove his loyalty so he can hold on to that bag as long as possible. He knows that being a Walmart greeter is the next stop. So Bischoff went nuclear on this guy. Says the chunky little monkey that studies my shit. Yeah. Now if he could just find a way to get over. Soft. Oh, shit. Dude, so he just completely went off. Eric Bischoff did, man. And yeah, I don't know. I love FTR, and it's super shitty that it's just super shitty, man, that I don't know, it's the one guy, and then the other guy with the gun, I guess, pissed a lot of people off too. But all I'm saying is that Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, I love them. They blocked me, so I don't know what to tell you. I don't really talk shit about them, but at least Cash had the decency to get off social media after the gun thing. Yeah, these guys are so great value. NWO. Dax, no, why? I used to love FTR. Please get off of Twitter. Exactly. They ruined it. The TK music should be some sort of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse remix. It really should be. It's the Mickey Mouse. It's a shit show. He knows it's a shit show. Yeah. I could easily see Goldberg just being nice to Tony's face. Sure, man, let's get together sometime. Yeah, he just hugged him and was like, oh, we're actually friends. It was a great time. Speaking of great time, though, guys, this was a great time. Another eclectic edition of PWT Live Show. I want to watch some hockey. I missed like the first hour of the game. We got a Manitoba massacre fight or whatever. We haven't really talked about Rampage. I wanted to get to my notes and stuff. I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with me today. I appreciate you all so much. Make sure you tune into so this weekend, early in the morning, PWT Live Show goes early. Stay looking out for PWT Podcast episode 61. I'll be dropping it soon. It was delayed because I couldn't get people to debate. And yeah, so I'll just do something different. I'll just get someone cool on the show. And thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate you all so much. The top pod listeners in the building. Round of applause for you all. This was such a fun time. Everybody tune in during the daytime. Okay, in the morning, we're going to watch Backlash this Saturday. But in the meanwhile, a PWT podcast. Look out for me on Toonie Talk Wrestling as well. That'll be next week. But if you didn't yet, go check out my appearance for last night if you want more Phil Marks tonight. I love you all so much. Thank you all for being here with me. Chris Benoit, round of applause for him as well. Toughing this all out with us. And I'm gonna go watch the Oilers game. I love you guys so much. Peace and love. I'll see you in the recorded show, but I'll see you live again this Saturday for Backlash. Ciao.